good morning, everybody. Welcome aboard. June 26, 2014. In studio, we got Jim Norton and Jim Florentine. And no Anthony, who's, what has he got? Do we know yet?
He got something with his tonsils.
I saw the picture on Twitter of his tonsils.
Yeah, that left one. I'm like, I called him. I'm like, you still have your fucking tonsils?
Right.
He's like, yes.
I got my tonsils.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's good to have your tonsils, right?
What do they do?
I don't know.
Aren't they like the appendix of the throat? Like, do they actually do anything?
Yours is out, right?
Block some kind of sickness or something like that. I got mine out at like 23 or 24 really late. It was painful.
They say it's painful the older you are, so.
But I was getting strep throat and tonsillitis like once a month, so.
Same with me.
Yeah.
But it all went away. I don't know. I still have my tonsils, though.
I think I got mine out. I had my adenoids out first when I was a kid, and then I think my tonsils came after that. They just had to go. I got everything out. The appendix. I'm just basically a shell. There's nothing internal anymore.
Aww.
I know. There's no little Jim.
I wanted to keep my tonsils, too. I told the doctor. I said I want them in a jar. And he's like, that's a weird request. Okay. And then when I was done, after the operation, I couldn't talk, and he wouldn't give them to me because he knew I couldn't talk.
Right.
And he's just laughing at me. He's like, you're not getting them.
Why?
I don't know.
They're yours.
He said they had to do like a biopsy on them.
That's bullshit. I think that's how they get around giving you body parts.
Right.
I mean, if they take one of your body parts out, you should be able to keep it, no?
Yeah. I mean, I kept my son's foreskin. I still have that.
Do you really?
Yeah, it's in my freezer.
Why?
Why not?
I don't know.
He might need an extra inch when he's 17.
I don't know.
Might as well be his own.
Does you really have that?
Yeah.
How'd you bring it home? In a little bag?
Yeah, they gave me in a little jar. They labeled it, too.
How big was it?
It's just a little piece, like...
Yeah,
like a fingernail, long fingernail.
What does it look like?
It's just a piece of skin.
Why did you need to keep that?
I was just joking with the doctor. My wife's brother was there, and I'm like, hey, can we keep the foreskin when he was doing it? And he's like, what? I go, yeah, my brother-in-law, he keeps them. He sells them on eBay. And the guy's like, okay. And he came back in. I'm like, we were laughing. I'm like, there's no way. And he came back in when he goes, here it is. And then a nurse comes in with a label. She goes, I have to label that. Where's that jar? Like, it's going to get mixed up with somebody else's foreskin.
That is really strange.
Yeah, they never know. With foreskin, you never know. It could be a religious thing. Like, people don't want to fuck with foreskin.
Yeah, they probably can't say no.
Yeah, but I said he was going to sell it on eBay. It wasn't even a religious thing.
Well, there's certain religions that might actually might go hand in hand with.
I was just talking with Florentine about his Nirvana shirt, which surprises me, as far as him being a metal guy. Because Nirvana, took out all the bands that you kind of, you liked a lot of the bands that went away, right?
Yeah, I did. Like
Guns N' Roses, like you were saying earlier, Motley Crue, Cinderella a little bit. But, I mean, metalheads hate Nirvana, I think. It pushed them all off the radio.
Yeah, they got to get over that.
Really?
Yeah, because it was peaking at that point. It was kind of, everybody was fading. All the bands were doing the same exact song.
Yeah.
Two
it got
pop hits and then one ballad.
It got really watered down.
Yeah, well, MTV ruined it, too. But then MTV and radio were the ones that took the heavy metal away.
Right.
They stopped playing the videos, and they stopped playing it. I think radio started with Nirvana. As soon as they started playing Nirvana, then MTV said, oh, we're not going to play that hairband stuff anymore. We're going to go with grunge.
Yeah, it just pretty much came out of nowhere and just killed so many people's careers.
Like bands like Rat and, were playing in front of 20,000 people. They went from 20,000 to like 1,500 within 6 months.
Tops.
It was crazy.
Right.
That's got to be a hard fall for a lot of those bands.
Of course.
Yeah, but everyone just loses interest at once.
Yeah, everybody
overnight.
Yeah.
We all remember where we were when that Nirvana song hit.
Because then Pearl Jam came right after that. And Soundgarden was right there. Alice in Chains was already started.
They had all the bands lined up, and they're like, all right, if Nirvana hits, we're good. And, man, did they hit, and everyone else came flying through the door.
Yeah, that was a tough time for music.
It was a good time for music, because you're right. You felt it in the air that something has to give. This is getting ridiculous. Because we've talked about it. Even Ozzy went down that road.
Yeah, for some reason he survived he just made little adjustments.
Right.
Like that I love the Ultimate Sin videos where he had the poofed out, like the frosted hair and no shoes.
Yeah.
Remember those videos? Yeah. And then, but as the 90s kind of rolled in, he changed his look a little bit, and his hair was like straight and long again, and he had like the darker glass. Like for some reason he just adjusted and survived.
He was able to survive. Guns N' Roses for a while was able to survive. But not many others, really.
Yeah, I mean, even
others made comebacks after they went away for a bit, but You know.
Even Ozzy, I remember Use Your Illusion 1 and 2, they came out the same day. Remember, that was a huge thing.
Absolutely.
At midnight, everybody's lined up for it. No More Tears came out that same day.
I didn't realize that.
Yeah, and no one was even talking about Ozzy's record at all. And that wound up being Ozzy's probably biggest record, No More Tears.
I didn't realize that was the same day.
Came out the same day. And I remember Ozzy was doing like a signing at Tower Records or somewhere, and Guns N' Roses was doing something somewhere else. Everybody was just interested in the Guns N' Roses.
Wow, what year is that?
92.
Oh, yeah, that's about right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Right, because I remember he did No More Tours. Like, there was a shirt. Yeah, I know. That was in, like, 93.
Oh, my God.
It was his last tour.
Right.
I guess maybe ticket sales were maybe it was a time where ticket sales were rough because they put on, like, this is the last tour.
Yeah.
And I didn't know back then that bands just did that.
Right.
So I was like, fuck, he's never coming around again.
So we got to go see him.
I did.
20 years later, he's still touring.
Oh, yeah. This time...
No more tours.
No more tours. I remember that.
No more tours.
Yeah, that was. He didn't sing that. Just the shirts said No More Tours.
Yeah, the back of it, No More Tours.
Is that a $9 shirt, really?
Yeah, I got it at Target.
Nice.
Which one?
This Nirvana shirt.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I got great Target, Walmart, Kohl's.
I get my hats at Target.
Yeah,
I get excited to go to Target to see their latest hats. And I don't go too crazy, but they got just basic hats. I got a nice Guinness hat from Target once, and they do all right.
They got good stuff.
People make fun of you, but Target,
Guns N' Roses, they got Guns N' Roses shirt, AC/DC,
right?
Hendrix, Rage Against the Machine.
Yeah, sure.
Who else
Why pay 40 at a concert? I can pay 9.
Exactly.
Who else started selling concert shirts? Macy's or one? No, it was one of those
Bloomingdale's.
Stores. Maybe they started selling
Bloomingdale's
like,
in their
rock
rock
shirts.
in their rock section, has
Yeah, even like Walmart did a thing with AC/DC, their last record, Black Ice, and they had all these AC/DC shirts there. They were all like $10,
right?
Instead of 40 at a concert. I have 32 AC/DC shirts now.
Wow!
And then whenever I go in like an Old Navy, they have a new one, and I have it in my hand. I'm like, why am I buying this?
Do you really need that many AC/DC shirts?
No, I don't. I don't. Isn't it? I've worn maybe 4 of them. I don't know why.
Why you doing
I got
that?
27 Sabbath shirts.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Man, I got like 5 or 6 concert shirts. That's it. I got a couple Rolling Stones.
I got 3 closetfuls.
I got
like
Jam.
550 of them.
I could use an AC/DC shirt.
Go to Old Navy.
Well, how about you just give me one?
He doesn't want to because he might need it.
I might have one in doubles.
Yeah, I think I have one in
collecting
doubles.
them.
Yeah.
I do have a few in doubles.
I would like an AC/DC shirt. That would be kind of cool. Absolutely. You know the Highway to Hell thing that we've done on the show? What's your thought on that?
On what?
The line. The beginning of the song. Can we play that for him? Because he's an expert at this shit. Listen.
Living easy, living free, season ticket on a one-way ride.
No. They say the N-word.
Oh, no.
Hear it again. Hear it again.
I can see where that's coming from.
Come on. You do hear it, though,
It might be that little Aussie accent that Bon Scott had. He might,
Yeah. You hear it, though, now,
He
right?
might have thrown a little, like,
you hear it, right?
He might have thrown a little dig in there. I don't know.
You hear it. I saw your face. You hear it. You've never heard that before, have you?
But it makes sense. Living easy, living free, season ticket on a one-way ride.
Yeah. Well, the other way,
going to Highway to Hell.
The other way makes sense, too.
How would that be worded? The N-word, what?
He's a nigger on a one-way ride? That would be a so weird song lyric.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He would write that and people would like, wait, what does that mean? Angus would probably come in and go, what are you saying that for?
Yeah.
Doesn't make sense. Even back then, it was like a weird thing to say.
It's there, though.
You think?
I hear it loud and clear now.
See, I don't know, because Bon Scott was Bon would write the lyrics, and Bon was a big blues guy, so he respected the blues. That's where he started as a blues singer.
So he wouldn't say that word.
He probably wouldn't throw that word around.
Right. All right. That's there for your listening pleasure.
You ever go on eBay and look at the rock shirts?
Yeah.
Fuck, dude, that's an obsession of mine.
Really?
Yeah, that's one of the reasons. Honestly, I've said this before. It's one of the reasons I lost weight is because I wanted to buy old concert shirts and I couldn't. Mediums or back then, even larges fit like little tiny people.
I like the original ones where they're really soft and nice.
They're small.
I like a nice soft T-shirt. The softer, the better.
I've bought like bootleg shirts off of eBay,
right?
And I wear them on that metal show. And bands get in touch with me like, "Where did you get that shirt?"
Really?
They don't. Yeah, I feel bad wearing them. I'm like, I don't know. I just got it off of eBay somewhere.
Wow,
it's not even the original shirt.
Oh, they think it's been because it's
they've never even seen it before. Like, we're in charge of merchandise. We never saw that.
James in North Carolina. Go ahead, James.
So you guys were talking a few minutes ago about Nirvana and the '90s music kind of killing hair metal.
Right.
I'm wondering, couldn't it have been that hair metal fucking sucked a dick, and then people were just tired of Bon Jovi and Rat and Cinderella and shitty bands like that?
Well, I don't think they got sick of Bon Jovi. Bon Jovi's another band that survived the whole grunge movement. They never went away and never, dropped their numbers as far as who they played to. But
they weren't a metal band. They were a rock band. They were a top.
If you were a rock band, you survived. But if you got into that hair metal category, you were fucked. And I think Florentine made a good point. It just got watered down, and we were all waiting for something new. The time was right.
Well, we were set up with terrible, terrible music.
Yeah.
Well, hold on. But did you like that music for a while?
God, no. I was a suicidal tendency.
Okay, so you never liked it.
I was true metal, not hair crap.
But you can't argue those bands were extremely popular and doing very well. And then I really
they had all the chicks. The girls loved them. So of course they had. You have pussy. You have the fans.
Yeah, but the point is, then it just all went away. But they did have their success.
Very true. Yes, sir.
I mean, you didn't like it, and that's fine. But they were extremely popular.
Yeah, Bon Jovi was one. He was considered hard rock at that time. He's not anymore, but
oh god, no.
He was in that hard rock hair metal category. He actually survived it. And Def Leppard, it took them a while to rebound. They actually survived it. They took a big hit too. Those were the two bands out of it. Motley, because that's when Vince Neil left the band, and they put out a record with another singer, John Corabi,
right? That
went nowhere. And then they got Vince back in the late '90s. They put 2 records out that went nowhere.
Right.
But they were still touring, doing like 2,500, 3,000 seats. Now they're doing arenas again.
Wait, what was the one with the other singer? I don't think I've ever heard.
John Corabi. It was just called Motley Crue. It was just self-titled.
Oh wow.
They had a song called Hooligan's Holiday. It was a pretty.
Right.
It was a good record.
Song.
It was heavy. It was a heavy record.
Yeah, right. But
and Vince did a solo. Vince put a couple solo records out that didn't go anywhere.
Yeah. Okay. All right, there, James. Thank you.
Hey, thank you guys, Florentine. Appreciate it, man. You rock.
Thanks. But I got laid a lot with that music and that look. I took that look and whatever David Coverdale or Bon Jovi looked like.
You were copying that?
Absolutely. And all those chicks loved it.
Just to get the pussy?
Yeah.
Try being in like workout pants and going on the road with them. It was fucking humiliating.
Really?
Oh, it was awful. That was what my job was. I drove and watched him fuck chicks. It was so embarrassing.
From like 86 to 92. If you look at the back of my baseball card, it looks like I fucked in the steroid era. My numbers are way inflated. Something was going on. Something was going on there.
Nice. And then you cut your hair and not so much?
Yeah, it was brutal.
Really?
I took a major hit, too.
See, I didn't know you with the long hair. I've heard the stories. And I've seen the pictures. And actually, my sister knew you as with your long hair.
She did?
Well, because of the Fast Eddies. You guys all performed there when she was working there.
Yeah.
And she knows you as Jim Florentine with the really long hair. She hasn't seen you in years, obviously. But
yeah, I took a major hit with numbers, too.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I went from dating, banging, strippers and hairdressers to, all of a sudden girls in a bank wanted to go on dates. I didn't go on a date for like 6 years. I'm like, for what?
You didn't have time for dates?
No, I just go, look.
For what?
Yeah, for what? I'm the guy, we'll meet at the bar. I got shit to do to like 8.
Yeah.
So you just meet them there. I'm not taking you to dinner.
No.
For what?
For what?
I remember some chick said, you want to go to Sunday brunch? I didn't even know what that was till like 1989. I didn't. I'm like, what is that? You never heard of Sunday brunch?
No. Ugh, sounds awful.
I know. Let's get a brunch.
Good for you, though.
But Jim was always good at that. When you felt bad about a girl, he was the guy to call because, like, there was one chick, really hot one that you were banging. She was probably a 10, but then she stopped fucking him, and I was like, that would have killed me. But he was so practical about it. He's like, look, man, I never should have been there to begin with. I'm like, what a great attitude.
Absolutely. I get in there. It was almost like fucking Pam Anderson one night. Yeah. Somehow I get in there, and then she never called me back. I'm like, I don't care. I get in there.
You were never heartbroken by a girl?
Yeah, I was. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, there was a couple.
You know which chick I mean? That girl.
Yeah.
But I mean, when you were just kind of, you know.
Yeah, there was this one chick I was in love with.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would just blow me off.
Really?
Yeah, it's funny because Voss is coming in, I guess, later. Because that guy, They lived down like the Jersey Shore, and the parents wanted to come to see my show, and I was opening for Voss at this place, a Sandpiper. Remember, it was like an old strip club down like Seaside Heights or something like that. I forget. But it was just me and Voss on the show, and I just met Voss, who were kind of friendly. He was still a dick, right? Of course.
he's still a
So
dick.
her family, she's all excited. Her family going to come see me do stand-up. I'm only doing stand-up like 9 months, and I had to do 25 minutes up front. Voss was the headliner, and I bombed. I did the 25. I stood up because I wanted to get paid, and her family and their friends, their neighbors, because I went to the barbecue. There was like 20 of them there.
They all came.
On a scale of 1 to 10, it was probably a half. I had on a scale of 1 to 10, not even a 1.
Not even a 1
for 25 minutes.
What happened? It was just a weird crowd.
I just stunk.
Wow.
Wait, had you talked to them that day at a barbecue?
Oh yeah, they were all excited. Yeah, they couldn't wait. Oh my God, he's a comedian. Yeah, and
let's
they
all
were all
go.
In the front. They were all sitting in the front, and she was there.
She was there with her family.
Oh yeah, she came with her family.
No one laughed.
No, maybe I had a 1. Maybe.
Oh my God.
So what happens? Of course, as soon as Voss goes up there, his first joke doesn't hit. He goes, "Hey, if you guys don't laugh, I'm going to bring that asshole back." And all the crowd's like, "No, no." And then Voss went up there and murdered for an hour.
Really?
Murdered.
Were you embarrassed?
And I went in the bathroom, and I was in the stall, so I didn't know where to hide. The place was packed.
You were hiding.
I went in the stall, and I hear these guys go, "Man, that first guy fucking sucked." And I'm sitting there, they don't know it's me in the stall. They're like, "Oh my God, I'm not even a comic. I can do better than that. What the fuck? Where are they getting these people from?" He was terrible. Did he ever do it before? They were going on and on for like 10 minutes, and I couldn't walk out of the stall. I'm like, "Please, just get out of the bathroom."
You should have begged for forgiveness.
And then that chick didn't even bang me that night. Never banged me again after that.
What do they say?
I stayed over a house too, and she's just like, "Yeah, maybe you should just sleep on the couch."
Oh my God! But what did they say after the show? How awkward was
They're
that?
like, "No, it was good." They were just, no, you did a great job.
And then there's always the one guy. They were tough.
Tough crowd. Not after what Voss did. Voss could have fucking filmed an HBO special.
Right.
Afterwards, so it had nothing to do with the room. Nothing.
Oh, that's funny.
That's awful.
And then what?
And then she said, maybe you should sleep on the couch tonight because I was going to sleep over a house. I used to sleep in her bedroom. Her parents didn't care.
And then that was it?
Yeah, and then
that was
really
it. Heard from her?
Yeah, and I was trying to hold on.
That's nothing worse than trying to hold on.
I remember she liked this Don Henley CD, End of Innocence, or whatever it was.
Right.
And I'm like, "Oh, you can borrow it," because I just wanted to hold it, so just so she had something in mind, so I had to call her to get it back.
Oh, my God.
Yes, I gave her that. And then one night she blew me off, and I pulled up in front of her house, and I slept in front of her house waiting for her to come home.
Did you really?
In my car, yeah.
Oh. None of us knew this back then. Oh.
I love that it happens to the best.
It's like finding out your husband's a serial killer. Oh, no.
Florentine was a rock star when it came to women, so it's nice to know that you fucking suffered like the rest of us.
Oh, yeah.
So you're in your car waiting for her to come home. So what?
So I just wait outside of her house.
Did you see her coming home?
She said, "I'll be home at like 11 o'clock. Come over."
Oh, okay.
And she never came home that night.
Oh.
So I woke up at like 7 in the morning. I went to bed at like 4. I'm just sitting there in my car. And about by 7 in the morning, I woke up and she still wasn't home.
How much does that hurt? That
and
she
I just
didn't come
pulled away.
home? It hurt, right?
Yeah.
Was she
She's definitely
attractive?
banging somebody else. Oh, yeah. Phenomenal.
And you never saw her again?
No, I saw her again, but she wanted not.
What was her explanation for being out all night?
It was out with friends. I'm like, "Oh, because you told me to come in at like 11 o'clock. So I just waited for a little while. I said a little while in front of the house. I didn't want to tell her I slept in my car in front of the house.
Nothing worse than hanging on. And you know in your soul that it's over, but you just try to hang in there, hoping that things might miraculously
I thought maybe the
turn
CD
around.
would keep us together, and I left there because I had to go get it.
How much do you hate Don Henley?
I know, that bastard.
Did you ever like Don Henley?
I did like that CD.
Really? End of the Innocence. What else?
Heart of the Matter was a good
Heart
song.
of the Matter's
That was
on
a good
there.
song,
New
yeah.
York Minute, I think. I don't know.
There was another time I had this girlfriend down in Florida, and 6 months in, I found out she was married.
Right.
She didn't tell me. She said, "You can't come over my house. My parents are going to hate you because your hair."
Right.
They're very religious. So I'm like, I don't want to fucking meet your parents anyway. Perfect. I found out because she was still married. And I told her, "Look, I need a day or two to think about this because I can't believe you lied to me." The next night, I pull up in front of my house. I got home from work early, and she was fucking my roommate.
What?
Yeah. I walked in on it, and I just hear her moaning coming from my bedroom.
What was that about?
She just said, "Oh, fuck you. Oh, you don't want to. You don't want to."
Were you close with your roommate?
No, he was some guy in a band that I kind of knew. Was living down in Florida.
You guys were just sharing space.
Yeah, she just came over. I knew how she was. She did that to me the first night I met her.
Wow.
And she just went in his room and started fucking him, and I walked in and heard him.
Oh. So what'd you do?
Well, first I was listening.
You gotta listen, Will. I think you gotta listen a little.
And she was fucking. She's never moaned like that before.
Really?
Yeah, that hurt. That hurt. I didn't. You know, that was like, damn. What the hell is he doing to her?
You need to know that his technique.
And then she came out. She's like, "Oh, really? You're gonna make me wait? Fuck you, asshole! I'm breaking up with you," and just walk right by me.
Wow. How long did you listen for?
A couple. I didn't know what to do. I'm like, do I knock down the door? Like, I wasn't going to beat the roommate up because I knew how she was.
Right.
And he was just some dumb guy in a band. Mm-hmm. So she just went in his room and just hopped on top of him and started fucking him.
Jesus.
He's like, dude, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. He wouldn't come out of his room. Like, don't worry about it, man. It's all right.
Did you guys stay roommates after that?
Yeah. I moved back to New Jersey after that. That one fucking hurt. I'm like,
yeah.
I just ate a shit sandwich. Time to go.
How long had you dated this young lady?
I was just like 6 months. I was in love with her,
wow,
too.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know you were with her.
I sold all my
6 months.
baseball cards, and I brought up to New Jersey to meet my family.
Wait, you sold baseball cards to bring her to New Jersey?
Yeah, for a plane ticket.
How old were you?
How much did you get for
20, 21.
But how much did you get for your baseball cards?
They were worth like $6,000, maybe like $800.
Oh, wow.
I had some good Mickey Mantle, Henry
Did you really?
Aaron's.
You had some of the old ones?
Yeah, Willie Mays, yeah.
Those are the ones that are worth finding and collecting, not the new baseball cards.
Oh, no. Yeah, it's not like you sold a Frank Thomas. Who would care?
I was a desperate man.
Any baseball card you have from the last like 25 years easily is worth nothing.
Yeah, nobody cares
but
anymore.
Before that, 80s, 70s, 60s.
If I had that Hannes Wagner 1910 card, I would have fucking sold it.
Oh, boy, first class for everybody.
Yeah.
You sold your baseball cards to Flyer. Oh, my God. I love this side of you.
Yeah, I know. I'm like, this is the girl I'm going to marry.
Because we've heard all the great stories where you're just the rock star. These stories are way better.
I know, of course.
Did you ever see her again?
Yeah, I saw her, after that. And she wound up fucking all my friends down in Florida right after that.
Really?
Yeah, they would call me up like, look, she wants to fuck me. I'm like, go for it.
So, where did you sell the baseball cards? Just went to a collectible?
Some collectible store down in Florida. Yeah. I knew the guy was ripping me off.
But you were just in love.
Yeah, I was so excited. I'm like, I've got plane tickets.
Did you have enough money?
I wonder what she told her husband where she was going for a few days.
Right. Wow.
Oh, right. She was married.
But the husband must have known that she was not good.
I don't know.
She was a bad egg.
Do you see what she looks like now? That's the beauty of Facebook, is these girls you don't see for 15 years. You can take a look at them now.
I search out some of the ones that did me wrong. And
I never did.
And I'm very pleased every time when I see their picture and what they become.
Well, I remember seeing her about a year and a half later, and she put on like 30, so I was happy about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
And she was trying to come on to me. She was dating one of my friends at that point. And she was trying to come on to me, and I'm like, get out of here. So.
Wow. Did you have enough money to like take her out to dinner after the baseball card thing, or it was just enough money to get the plane ticket?
Probably just a plane ticket.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Were you sad that you didn't have your baseball cards anymore?
Yeah, afterwards, I'm like, what did I do? But that made me turn into a scumbag. Like after that turned me. Yeah, that turned me. You know, because I was, I thought I had morals back then. Like, I can't believe I'm sleeping with a married woman. I don't know if I could do this.
Right.
I'm going to burn in hell.
Right. And then she did you wrong, so then you were like, fuck this for a while.
Yeah.
What year was that? Because I met you in like 90.
Nah, this was like 86.
Oh, okay.
86. So then you went on a tear after that, I'm sure.
Yeah, my friend Dave told me to shave my bad mustache and grow my hair long.
You had a bad mustache?
That was brutal.
Dude, have you ever seen his?
I looked like I had right. It was in my one-man show. That picture. It looked like.
Can I see this? Is it online somewhere?
No, I don't.
No.
It's not a good look.
I had a mustache, too, for a while.
I had the mustache. Well, we grew mustaches so we can get served beer because you looked older.
Right.
So when we graduated high school, we grew mustaches so we can look like...
Somewhere around when I was 18, 19, mustaches...
No, it's not
I'm going to date myself, but mustaches were actually in for a while. Oh. And everyone grew one.
And I had a mullet.
I'll find my mustache picture.
Well, first it was short with a mustache, and it was like a bad cop mustache.
Right.
It was awful. And then I grew up. Then I had like a mullet with the mustache.
Right.
It was terrible.
So many people had that. So many guys had that look.
And I used to brush my hair.
You never had a mustache? Well, you're a little.
No,
you're not that much younger than us.
Mustaches don't look good on me.
I think you. I think you just missed the mustache stage.
Plus, I have a baby face. A mustache would have looked idiotic.
It was mid '80s ish. Mustaches were in for a while, man, and we were all young with mustaches. Absolutely.
I don't remember.
We're trying to.
But we only did it because we looked older to get beer, so we didn't have to show ID.
My friend Bill D'Angelo looked older. Bill looked like he was 35 when he was 16. So he was the guy that would just get us liquor. Like I personally, there's nothing I could have done to make myself look older.
Wow. All right, we got to find the mustache picture. I'll find mine too.
And when you're taping, Jim's taping a comedy special, a stand-up special. That's not is that your one-man show or your actual stand-up?
No, regular stand-up special. Yeah.
1 hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey on September 13th. Tickets go on sale for 1 hour. When are they going on sale? Oh,
July 9th. They're going on sale July 9th.
All right, I got this now. Sorry about that. July 9th, tickets go on sale for 1 hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse.
And September 13th is when you're taping it.
Yeah, September 13th I'm taping it. And Michelle, that did your specials, is doing mine.
Oh, she's great. Yeah, she's done Louis stuff, Kevin Hart, Michelle Caputo. She's excellent.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she's really
She just
good.
did Jim Jeffries.
No, we know her.
Yeah.
Yeah, she did a great job with Jimmy's special. You're in good hands, sir.
Yeah, she's very nice and she's honest. You don't trust people. Some people are just dishonest when they're like, overseeing those projects, and she's honest.
There's a lot of dishonest
So it'll be
people.
links and all that stuff. I'll let people know. But July 9th tickets go on sale for it.
Cool. Yeah, well, it'll be sold out for sure. Where are you at with soccer? We got a big game today.
Oh, what time is the game?
Noon.
I don't know. It is noon.
Noon, yeah.
Fuck.
I'm coming around to watching it.
Yeah.
You know what I love about it? There's no commercials.
Right.
It's constant action, and the clock just keeps running, even when the ball goes out of bounds, whatever it is.
But then they add time onto the clock.
Yeah, it's a weird thing.
It's really strange. I don't know how much time is left in the game half the time, because they'll put up a +2 or a +5. I don't understand it. When Portugal scored the other day, I'm like, all right, we got a few minutes left. I didn't know there was basically no time left because I couldn't figure out the clock.
Yeah, it is weird how they just automatically put time on. But I do like the constant action. Not that it's like, in an NFL football game, they've done a thing where in a 3-hour game, there's only 11 minutes of action.
Right.
So you can't say that soccer, I just love how it just keeps playing. There's no interruption of goofy commercials.
No.
Constantly, every 3 minutes, you go to another 2-minute break of commercials, come back, another 2 minutes.
Is there timeouts? I don't even know.
I don't think so.
There's no timeouts in soccer
I don't think
either,
so.
right?
No, and it's, it goes short halftime, and they're back on the field, and they just play.
Yeah, I don't know if I'll follow soccer after the World Cup, but I'm definitely checking out games now.
Right, because we're watching the All-Stars play, basically.
Right.
So this is like the playoffs, so you're going to see the best teams, the best players.
Well, the problem with soccer in America, then after the World Cup, what do? What soccer league do we follow for American teams? I don't know. Do you even know?
No, I have no idea. I know there's a team in Newark.
Yeah, but
I didn't know that.
He had a Red Bulls or some shit.
Yeah, but do we follow them now?
I have no idea. There's a soccer field next to my house.
I know they got great, leagues over in Europe and stuff. So what? You grab one of those teams and just adopt them? The Premier League, is that like one of the big leagues?
Is Manchester United a league in the Premier League? Are they different leagues? I
don't know.
What do I do after the World Cup's over is my question. Who do I follow? Do I just pick a team out of Europe and go with it?
Well, America has a league, but nobody really follows it.
Eric, that's my point. I know we have a league, but do people care about it?
No.
That's what I'm saying. What do I follow my hometown team? What are they? Who are they? What's their name?
I don't even. Hold on, let me see.
Does New York have a team?
New York has the Red Bulls.
Who's the Cosmos?
They're playing Newark, yeah.
Who's the Cosmos?
I don't know.
Weren't they a soccer team?
For a while.
Used to be. That was the team that Pele played on.
That's a long time ago, though.
Wait.
I don't think the Cosmos are still around.
They weren't a United States
The
team?
New York Cosmos.
Oh, they were the New York
Yeah.
Cosmos. Okay, good. I'm not that much of an idiot.
Yeah, that's a long time ago, though, right? See, we don't know.
I know. I'm lost in this one.
Yeah.
I like this exercise.
Even with
we don't know
computers.
shit.
But with computers,
still
this is how
play.
bad we're doing.
The Cosmos
Okay.
still play?
Yeah.
All right.
Well, I will be watching today. I didn't know it was at noon.
You don't hear a lot of
news. I
news
have a couple
about
things to do, so I gotta get my shit done.
I love it. The game's like an hour and a half long, and it's over. It's not drawn out 3 hours, and it's just constant playing.
I kind of like that too. 90 minutes and done.
90 minutes and done. It's just clock keeps running. No goofy insurance commercials. Papa John fucking commercials.
You don't like Flow?
But why? But why are they? But why add time on?
Papa John's worse.
Why add time onto the game when you could just stop the clock and make it a nice, solid 90 minutes? That's what I don't understand.
Well, they do it for injuries. I know,
but when someone's injured, just stop the clock.
They don't want it. They just want to keep playing.
They should adopt some of the things we do over here.
I'm sick of the bad acting, though, with the injuries.
Oh, yeah. They're
falling down like they got shot, and then 2 seconds later, they're running down the field again.
What about the bite? Everyone's talking about the bite.
His third time doing that.
Yeah, he's a problem.
Yeah.
He even admitted that he's a problem, and then he's trying to, like, calm his shit down. He said that, I think, a mere week before he did the bite.
Shouldn't you get thrown out if you bite people 3 times? Like the first time you're almost ready to get thrown out, but and the second time
you would think.
But 3 times he's bitten people. He has big teeth too, man. That guy has some fucking chompers.
Yeah, he's fucked. I think they're gonna ban him for life or something.
Really?
Yeah. So.
Did you actually hear that?
Yeah. Yeah. I read it somewhere. It might be in the paper today. I don't know. Let's say hi to Jose on Long Island. Jose.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, buddy.
Yeah, I heard you guys talking about what you can do after the World Cup. The Red Bulls are in Harrison, New Jersey. Pretty easy to get to, and the tickets are pretty cheap because they're trying to attract fans.
Right.
So you can get like midfield seats down on the bottom for like $25-30.
But do they play the other countries? Like, don't the other countries play each other? Like, someone from Italy will play London, and they play Africa, and then
yeah, that's what makes it so exciting. I mean, you know, every country has a team,
right?
And then, then we go back to watching it in America, where every city has a team. That seems a little strange. I don't know.
Yeah.
What the fuck? I don't know.
They do have friendlies with like the Premier League teams and the teams from Spain. So they invite them over here because it's such a big market.
Right.
That they get like Liverpool. They get Manchester United played here. So and they have international friendlies all year round too.
What about friendly?
International friendlies.
Oof.
I do like a good fribble, though, every once in a while. I used to love fribbles. That sounds awful, an international friendly.
Yeah, it doesn't mean
let's
anything.
have an international friendly. Yuck. So that means the game means nothing.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah, but the only reason I'm watching World Cup is because every game means something. It's amazing. You know, there's a lot on the line.
Right. You're right. I'm a casual soccer fan, but when it's the World Cup, I'm all in. I've been watching it at work. It's crazy. I love it.
They should just have one big, giant international league. Why not?
Don't they already, or no?
And how these guys play once a week, and I don't know. You know.
I think they might, eventually they might do that. It seems like it's starting to catch on in America. People are getting more disgusted with, hockey's getting big again.
Right.
The ratings used to be shit.
Right.
Hockey's starting to, because it's a physical sport, not a lot of commercials too. The playoff hockey is phenomenal.
And the HD TV is really helping out.
Absolutely.
You could follow the puck a lot better than, when we were growing up. It was just a blur on the ice because of our shitty TVs.
You can see where sports are going. Just for me, at least, just with my kids, like they'll watch hockey, they'll watch soccer. They can't stand watching a full baseball game. It's too boring for them.
I hate baseball. I finally had to be honest with myself. I kept saying I'm a baseball fan, I'm a Mets fan, and then some listener called me out like, "You're not a baseball fan." And I think they said name 3 players on the Mets, and I couldn't do it. I'm like, "Oh, that's right. I haven't watched a game in a decade." I hate baseball.
But you know what was on the other day? I watched. It was the Yankees Classics, and they showed the '98.
Right.
The first game of the Padres World Series, when the Yankees were down and they scored 7 runs in the 8th inning. Knobloch hit a 3-run home run, and then Tino came up and hit a grand slam. And Michael Kay and Sterling were doing the calls, and Michael Kay called. It was one of the greatest home run calls I've ever heard.
Right.
And Sterling was not the guy calling it. It was so nice to hear a home run call by somebody else. That fucking idiot.
Well, I remember Jim Leyritz hit that homer in the Braves series when they were down 2-0. The Braves came in, and it was
93?
It was 98,
96,
I think, or 96, yeah. Braves came in, beat the Yankees 2 times in Yankee Stadium, killed them.
Yep.
and they went to Atlanta for 3, and Leyritz hit that home, and they were down or something.
They were down 6-0, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
Right.
Yeah, and I remember that.
You like baseball?
Yeah, I'm a San Francisco Giant fan. I watched the game. Lincecum pitched a no-hitter yesterday.
Yesterday?
Yesterday pitched. It was on during the day.
See, that's exciting as all hell.
Yeah.
But games like in late June are not exciting in general. There's nothing really on the line.
I watched the first 3 innings, and then I tuned back in about the 7th inning, and I heard because he was pitching a no-hitter. I'm like, I'll just... Because a baseball game, you could just tune in later. It doesn't have a 6th inning on. And then watch from the 7th inning on.
Is that the first no-hitter for the year?
No, Kershaw pitched one, too.
Yeah, there's been a few.
There's been a few already?
Like 3 or 4, yeah.
Is it still special to throw a no-hitter, you think?
Absolutely.
It seems like it happens more.
Yeah, because it's more of a pitching
often.
league now. The guys aren't on steroids as much anymore. They have to hide it.
Right.
Oh.
So that's why,
Yeah.
amphetamines they can't take, so these guys are tired.
Right.
You're not allowed to take that, so maybe they're drinking Red Bulls or some shit or coffee, but it's not doing the same trick as it was before.
Aren't the pitchers tired, too?
Yeah, but the pitchers got an advantage over the hitters.
I'm a huge fan of the steroid era.
Absolutely.
I don't know them personally. I don't care what they're doing to their
They're still doing them. A bunch of the guys are still doing them. They just haven't got caught.
I'm sure they'll figure out new ways, right? All right, Jose, thank you.
Thank you, boy.
Oh, let's go to Toronto. Joe.
Hey, guys, how are you?
Hey,
Hello,
buddy.
Joe.
Hey, listen, I know what you guys can do to enjoy soccer going forward. There's the Champions League.
What's the Champions League?
The Champions League is the European League. So basically, it's all these guys here at the World Cup. The biggest teams are in Europe. So you get to see the champions of each country going off against each other. So you have Real Madrid and Manchester United and AC Milan and all the top dogs where all these guys play. And it's this soccer 2.0. Like, it's that much better than the World Cup.
Do you think it's better than the World Cup?
Oh, totally. In terms of quality of the game and excitement and draws for the fans, it's fantastic.
But the problem is, the Americans aren't represented in the Champions League.
Yeah, I know. And you know what? That's the thing that gets to me. I think Brazil is turning the corner for the Americans because it seems like you guys are really, really getting it into it this time around.
Right.
Which is nice because you're the last big market I think that they really need to capture.
It depends on today's game, too. They're like, if the U.S. just looks stupid, can we get knocked out today or no? I guess
we have an extremely good chance of moving on today.
You know what?
A lot has to happen for us not to move on, I hear.
Well, you know what? I think the likelihood of you guys not moving on today is pretty slim because you got the Germans and the U.S. that all they need is a draw.
Right.
And they knock out 2 of the biggest teams.
Right.
So, I mean, strategically, it would make a lot of sense for those 2 countries just to draw to knock out 2 of the bigger teams, Ghana and Portugal, which would make their life easier if they ever had to play against each other. You got the German coach, Lowe, and the American coach, Klinsmann.
Right.
Who are like best buddies.
Yeah, they're really close.
If there's a basketball handshake and they just said we can all walk out together.
I actually heard all this today. There's a really good chance it'll just be a draw because it's in everyone's best interest. That's crazy. Wouldn't you want to win just to win, though?
Absolutely.
You know what? But I think I just got to say, like, I mean, we're Canadian. We haven't made it to the World Cup since '86. But it's really nice to see the Americans actually, like, grasping this and having a lot of fun with it for now. Like, for O&A to be talking about soccer, which you guys couldn't care less about.
Well, it's the World Cup, though. I think we were talking about it 4 years ago as well.
I'm a soccer guy from way back, and I played in high school.
And
yeah.
No, that's great because I mean it's fun, and I think the U.S.
But I think that I think the U.S. is cheating because every time they interview one of our players, he has a very heavy accent. And a lot of these guys have dual citizenship. It's like, oh boy, I think we're cheating a little bit at this point.
But the one thing about the American athletes that always amazes me is they may not be the best, soccer players on the field, but they're always the best conditioned athletes. Like, they don't get tired. It's just it's an American thing. They really know how to produce some serious athletes, right? So it's just about time that they've caught the soccer fever, so it's great. But New York is a hotbed for soccer. They've got tons of fans from all over the world representing this. You guys must be having a blast.
Yeah, I went to a couple of Cosmos matches recently, and I saw the Red Bullers. It was nice.
I don't know. I
cheering on Pele there, Jimmy?
Yeah.
I think I'll probably check out some international soccer after this a little bit. I'll take a peek, but I don't think I'll be going to a game in Newark or any of that shit or wherever they play. I don't think.
Well, I mean, you know, if you guys ever got it, put it on your bucket list to go like to Europe and watch one of them.
I don't want a bucket list.
That's not on my bucket list.
You know what? You know what I do?
Yeah, mine's banging my wife's friend. That's my bucket list. Not a soccer game.
Okay, well, that one I would agree with you, but
yeah, anyone who has a bucket list, I don't want to talk to. I know what it's called. Just live your life.
Yeah.
What do you sit down and actually make out a list?
Yeah. I want to go watch a game mid-season.
Let me add it to my bucket list.
Yeah.
Yuck. Oh, my God. Real men don't make bucket lists. I think Florentine agrees with me on this one. When you make a bucket list, I have to one day see the Grand Canyon.
Yeah.
I'll try to do Florentine's voice.
Whoa.
All right, you guys can hammer me on that one. Jimmy, when are you coming back to Toronto?
I'm not sure yet.
No, you're not getting out of this. Tell us what's on your bucket list.
Sorry, what?
Tell me 3 things on your bucket list I need to know.
3 things on my bucket list? God. I don't even have one. I shouldn't have thrown that out there. I'm getting hammered for it now.
All right. Thanks, Joe.
All right, take care, guys.
All right. And to answer your question, I think Jimmy's going to be doing a lot of things in Montreal.
Yeah, I got stuff at the festival, but no Toronto.
So go east. Well, I mean, Toronto's not that far away. Last year, a lot of people came from Toronto to see us. So, all right, we should take our first break. Oh, so the soccer game's on at noon today against Germany. Man, that last game was such a fucking bummer.
That game was unbelievable.
I don't even know anybody's name on the team. I know Tim Clark. That's it.
Tim Howard.
I mean, Tim Howard. See, and I said Tim Clark. Tim Howard, of course. That's all. And now I'm just mad. Another thing to be frustrated by after that game. I'm like, why am I into soccer?
How did I all of a sudden
now I got to
care?
be frustrated.
I didn't care for my whole life, and then all of a sudden, one headbutt, and I want to throw myself out the window.
I didn't care 4 hours prior to the game, and then I'm all frustrated like everybody else. I'm like, how did this happen?
Yeah.
And then they said it's a world-class ball. What's a world-class ball?
I guess that's an assist in soccer. I'm guessing.
I think it's how he kicked it. Is a world-class ball. I guess
that was unbelievable, the way he kicked that to that guy and friggin' headbutted it in.
Amazing. An amazing fucking play.
I love the way we talk about none of us use the right terms.
No, we have no idea.
You're like, I love the way he kicked that to that guy. And then headbutted it in.
We don't even know who that guy is.
I used to always have a joke about soccer. I go, look, don't let your kids play soccer. I go, if they're kicking balls when they're younger, they're going to be licking balls when they're older. That was always my philosophy on it. But I'm starting to come around.
Did you use that in front of the barbecue crew?
No, that was later.
That's too bad.
That actually would have worked.
That would have turned everybody around.
Yeah.
Wait, what was one? Do you remember what any of your jokes were at that point in front of that group? Like that first?
Yeah, because I remember I said I went into a bar and I didn't know it was a gay bar. And the guy came up to me. He's like, "Are you a switch hitter?" I go, "Yeah, I'm a switch hitter. I'm going to hit you with a right, then I'm going to switch hands and knock you out with a left."
Yeah, I do remember that. I had forgotten it until that moment.
I can't remember. And I think I said I should have known it was a gay bar. It was called Bendover's Tavern.
Oh yes. I feel like a kid in therapy who's just realized something really tragic.
Yeah.
All right, let's say hi to Greg in Montreal. Greg.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, good morning, buddy.
Stomach
I
hurts.
just want to elaborate on something you said earlier about the lifetime ban. The maximum ban for FIFA is actually 24 games, and the most they've ever dished out has been 8. So it's unlikely he's going to get a lifetime ban from that shit.
So why the fuck was I reading lifetime ban?
I heard 2 years was the most they can give him.
Yeah, exactly. 20. That add up to about 24 games.
How many games are a season?
Let's see. They do 4 in the first. Let's do some math. I don't know, man. I was under the impression 24 games maximum.
But is that a full season or?
It sounds like he's saying it's like 2 seasons by the time he's done with his. Yeah. Okay.
2 full tourneys.
I don't know anything.
And look, he got suspended from in the EPL last year. He actually stopped a goal with his hand intentionally. He just stuck his arm out and got in front of the ball. So, I mean, this guy's been problematic for a pretty long time.
Yeah, this guy really is. Although he was on my team, I'd love him biting people and fucking grabbing the ball with his hand.
Look, everybody's talking about soccer now between the World Cup and this guy biting. So it's great for this. It's great for soccer.
Yeah, he's doing the sport well. But why is it problematic if one day you say, you know what, I've had it. I want to use my hands this time.
Yeah. If everyone did it, what are they going to do? Throw you all off the field? Everyone should just use their hands.
And what? That's a major penalty if you use your hand like that?
Yeah, man, he got suspended. He's just childish. Like, he's just throwing...
Do they give the team the goal if he used his hand to stop it?
No, they're going to get a penalty kick.
So why wouldn't you use your hand every time when you know it's a pretty much a guaranteed goal?
They suspend you.
Ask the guy who's going to call up after me and tell me I'm full of shit.
No, because that's almost like...
But if you're in a desperate situation, why wouldn't you realize your goalie's out of position, and why wouldn't you use your hand and just take the chance with the penalty kick?
They're definitely going to fine him some, like, exorbitant amount of money. I mean, he got in deep shit.
So they really do frown upon you using your hands, obviously.
Oh, fuck yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like in football, you know, when someone's wide open on a bomb, a guy's going to trip him.
Right.
Because he knows he's going to catch a receiver, and it's going to be a first and goal, but at least it's not a touchdown.
At least they have a shot.
Hockey does the same thing, yeah.
Right.
So.
Yeah.
Hey, are you guys coming up to Montreal for Just for Laughs again this year? I'm going to see Jimmy, but you guys going to make it?
Yeah, I believe we're going to broadcast a couple shows up there again. We had so much fun last year.
Fucking right you did, man. All right, I'll check you then.
Thank you, buddy.
Later.
Greg in Montreal. All right, so Jim Florentine's in today. We got Rich Voss coming in a little while. And let's not forget, July 9th, Jim Florentine's doing a 1-hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey on...
oh, no, it's...
See, this is written wrong. I apologize again.
Well, I wrote it
on sale July 9th.
Yeah. They go on sale July 9th.
Tickets go on sale. I'm rewriting this. Tickets go on sale July 9th for your 1-hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick, New Jersey, and that will be taped on September 13th.
Yes.
Okay.
And I'll be in Nashville July 14th at Zany's.
Nice.
Show.
Yeah, I saw you tweet that. So are tickets going well for that?
I think so. It's a Monday night.
Right.
So I don't know how it's going to be, but I'm in town I'm opening for a band on Sunday in Nashville.
You're still opening for bands?
Yeah.
Who are you opening for?
Is that going better?
Yeah.
You've had some horror shows with that.
I got the system. This band Fallout Boy.
Yeah, we know Fallout Boy.
Yeah, I'm doing a few dates with them.
So what, you go up and do just 15, 20 minutes?
I do like 3 5-minute sets in between the bands.
Wow. That's rough. But you got to figure it out finally?
Yeah. Because I work for Jägermeister, so I make announcements. That's like 2 minutes. That eats up 2 minutes on a clock. And then I got 3 minutes. I just pound them. But this isn't my audience. Fall Out Boy crowd doesn't know me. It's a little different. If it's a Megadeth show, it's easy. I know exactly what works with them. So I haven't done it yet. That'll be my first gig, so we'll see.
Have you gotten booed at all?
Yeah. People throw shit at me, yeah. I got punched in the head at the merchandise table.
That's why I'm asking how it's going, because you've told these stories on our show.
Yeah, well,
it sounds like a horrible gig.
Yeah, this one could be bad.
And when you know it's going to be a bad crowd, do you stretch out the Jägermeister announcements?
Yeah, or I'll just cut it short. I'm like, I didn't do 5? The guy's like, you got off early. Oh, really? I thought on my clock I went on. Oh. Yeah, I got it all down.
You just played dumb.
I had to go out and announce to Megadeth that they were canceling the show because of lightning and stuff. The power went out.
Right.
I had like 8,000 people booing me.
Oh, fuck.
I had to go out with a megaphone.
They're all taking it out on you.
Yeah, they're all taking it out on me. They had to call like 20 cops in before I made the announcement that there was going to be a riot.
And you had to announce that the show's done.
Yeah, well, I wanted to. Someone's like, we need someone to go out there. I'll do it because I have my friend taping me. I'm like, get this on tape.
Oh,
I got
nice.
it on tape. Yeah.
Where
and I'm
is
making
it?
them on. I got I don't know if I... let me see if I can
pop
get
that up somewhere.
And I'm magging him on. I go, what do you want me to do? I go, if there's a guy here that can fix the pole over there, I'm just friggin' and they're just booing me.
Wow.
And I got a big grin on my face.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah. You rule. Bill Burr, everyone. What's up, Bill?
Nothing. I was on hold enjoying that story. I would have killed to seen that grin on your face.
I couldn't wipe it off. I couldn't even wipe it off.
All those soaking wet long hairs standing there.
Yeah.
I don't know why we like abuse so much. Like, no one would do that, and you couldn't wait to volunteer.
I'll do it. And they go, we had to call 20 cops to stand behind me on the stage in case they rush the stage.
Right.
Because they were really nervous that they were just going to go crazy.
And what happened?
Everyone just kind of walked out.
No, I mean, what happened? Just a major power
The power went out. Yeah, lightning hit
a pole. Was that Oklahoma?
Yeah, it was in Oklahoma.
Yeah, I did see that video.
Wait, lightning hit a pole, so wouldn't the crowd understand?
No,
they don't understand lightning and what that could do?
No, they wanted to see Megadeth, and that was it.
And that was it, no matter what.
That's like when you're sitting on an airplane and there's terrible, weather. And then they start announcing how there's going to be delays, and people on the plane are like upset, like the pilot should go for it.
Right. Yes.
And also, that venue is connected to a zoo, and you're not allowed to curse, and I didn't know that, so I'm up there fucking saying fuck. And I got off the stage, the guy, the promoter's like, "What's your name?" And I'm like, "Why?" He's like, "That's $3,000 every time you said the fuck, and you said it 4 times." And he's like, "What's your name?" And I go, "Artie Fletcher." He's a comic friend of mine. And he wrote it down. He's like, "You're getting fined."
Seriously.
I love the thing. Well, what if you don't pay it? What, you can never go to the zoo?
Yeah, right.
Don't they curse at the zoo, though?
They were going to take it out of Megadeth's money. At the top, they take it right there. They make you pay it right there. They take it right off the top. And the Megadeth camp's like, "Didn't you know to curse?" I'm like, "I didn't know if we couldn't curse."
Do they understand what they do to the elephants and you're not allowed to curse?
It upsets the animals if you curse, and then there's people at the zoo.
Right. Too funny.
Yeah, that and making a bear ride a bicycle.
Hey, Bill, we just attempted to talk about the World Cup and soccer in general. Can you please fill in the blanks? We suck. First of all, are you watching it?
No.
Oh, you're not?
Like every other American, I'm not watching it, and I'm not buying this stock footage they're showing of people in Kansas City standing outside watching a soccer game. There's no way. Just walk into all the empty bars that are showing it. I swear to God, there's no way there's a bunch of barbecue-eating rednecks in Kansas City.
I got
1,000 people outside freaking out because Cameroon or whoever the place just scored a goal on Turks and Caicos.
I got sucked into one of those montage videos. I'm like, oh, look, everyone's very excited. I got sucked in.
The highlights are great.
Right.
I mean, I'm going to try to watch... it's always funny to play Germany. You know what I mean? There's always something great about if you can actually beat them, because even though Hitler's long gone, they still think they're superior. So
right.
It's still fun to see if you can actually beat them, and now we got a German coach, but I mean, I don't know if the diving's a little bit less this year, but that's the thing that stops me from enjoying it is I mean, look, people flop in the NBA, people dive in the NHL, but they don't roll around the ground like they're going to start crying. That's what they just take it to a whole other level.
But I think it really hurts to get kicked in the shin.
Yeah, but they're back up in 2 seconds.
We've all taken a hit with our coffee tables to the shin. It's not pretty. It fucking hurts.
Yeah, I know, but you watch like the UFC and they use that part of their leg to smash some guy. I mean, at some point, it's like you are a professional athlete. You're not a radio host. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Pumping up, and they have a shin guard there.
Right. You know what?
Look, I can see if somebody steps on it, but dude, what about the guy who bites the guy in the back and then he flops and acts like he hurt his teeth when he bit into the guy? It's like it's really like. Look, every league has got like the floppers and they have the divers and they have the dirty guys and the piece of crap guys. But like with soccer, there's just the level of sportsmanship when it comes to that. It's just like like being a pussy is and a liar is like part of the strategy of the game. That's what I can't get past. Other than that, I like the game. A lot of elements of hockey are in it. I went to an Arsenal game when I was over in England and I had a great time. But like. I just can't get past that, the chickery, I guess is the word. They just act so goddamn effeminate sometimes, rolling around in the grass. But
well, that's to turn on the women in the stand.
Yeah, and you shouldn't be having hair gel in when you're playing sports.
They have hair gel.
Yeah, absolutely. The Ronaldo guy fucking looks like he just came out of a club in Miami. Come on.
And they said that Z was for a cancer kid, but that's not true, I hear.
Right.
That was a false story.
Is it true or not? Because then I saw a bunch of places where they're saying it is true. I don't know. Hey, Bill, you didn't see U.S.-Portugal the other day, though, with that last-second goal?
No, the game's come on. I think I taped that and I started watching it. It was cool. Look, the only reason why I want us to win, I want us to win the World Cup and then come back here and have like the whole world hates us and then only 40 people show up to the parade. I would love that.
That would be great.
If we actually went on a run and we won it like 5 times in a row, which would eat up like 20 years, and everybody just going like, they don't even care. They don't even care. Why are they into this? That would really make me enjoy it.
And anywhere else, it would be like 1 million people would show up. Oh, that's funny.
Dude, they literally, they start crying. Like, I swear to God, like some, I don't know, religious thing going on. I mean, it's like the people in the crowd. Dude, when I went to that Arsenal game, right? Arsenal was playing, I think it was Everton, and Everton, I guess, stunk. And Arsenal went up 1-0, which is like going up 28-0 in football, I guess, right?
Yeah.
So it gets to the end of the game, and it looks like Arsenal's going to win, and all of a sudden Everton scored a goal to tie it up. Dude, there's a guy 2 rows in front of me. I thought he was having like an epileptic seizure or something. I'd never seen anybody. Dude, this is a regular season game. This guy lost his fucking shit to the point I was uncomfortable, staring at him is this guy going to do something? Is he going to leap off the wherever the hell we were in the upper deck? I don't know.
Yeah.
Just the level of how seriously they take it. It always makes me feel dumb. It's just wow,
well, don't forget.
I get that same feeling when I go to a museum and everybody's looking at paintings and stuff, and they're they get this losing their minds, and I can't wait to get out of there. It always makes me feel like an idiot.
Yeah, they have incredible passion for their sport. I mean, we have that with playoff football, playoff hockey, right? But
yeah, I mean, some people here. Look, you even look in this country. I mean, people in this country are basically either football and basketball or football and hockey at this point. I think even baseball. I mean, hockey's always been the odd man out. Even with 4 sports, it's too much over here. So with the way the UFC has blown up, I mean, and actually is starting to mess with some of the 4 major sports. I would think. I don't think we have time for soccer, even if we wanted to.
Yeah.
That guy, first of all, that guy might have had money on the game. You don't know why he lost. He might have went crazy because he might have lost a shitload of money.
There's a good point.
Dude, he acted like an absolute spaz, man. I was looking at him if he ever did that in high school, you just immediately be getting the shit kicked out of you just for being that excited. Being that excited.
He was just a super fan. Although you're saying that the passion in general was pretty crazy for a regular game.
No, it was great. They were over there singing all the songs and everything. I actually talked to them about some of the hooligan shit.
Right.
That used to go on after that. One of the things guys would do, they'd come up with a box cutter, right? Super, super sharp. And they'd come up behind a supporter for the other team, to stand in the crowd, and they would slice right across, horizontally, right across your ass. And it was so sharp, they do it so quick, the person wouldn't realize it until you left. So then they'd have to stitch your butt cheeks horizontally. And you couldn't sit down and take a shit for 3 weeks.
What?
Really?
As you tear up the stitches.
Wait, and this happened more than once? That sounds like something that should only happen once.
Well, that's the funny thing is the sport looks so damn effeminate, but I wouldn't fuck with anybody who watches it.
Oh, hell no. No, you're absolutely right.
Somebody told somebody, I did this thing, I cut across the ass cheeks, and he won't be able to sit or shit. Like that, the word had to spread that was a good way to hurt your opponent's fans.
Oh, yeah, no. Did you guys see that 30 for 30 where they showed that, was it that Liverpool game where they went in and they packed them in too tightly and 80 people, standing up, died. They were crushed in so tightly that they literally suffocated, standing up. Dude, I had to shut it off. It was one of the most brutal things I've ever seen. There was just people up against the fence going, "Open the fucking gate." Wow. And those stupid cops were sitting there with their dumb hats and their whistles, staring at them.
How long ago was this?
This was I think the late '80s, dude. I'm not even joking.
Wow.
All jokes aside, you gotta get yourself into a certain mindset if you're gonna sit and watch it, dude. It was the most horrific thing I've ever seen. In the English, they're not into therapy and that type of shit. So everybody on the thing wanted to cry, but everyone was holding it in and shit. It was.
You know what? I got to check that out.
Fucking, you really? I don't think you want to see it, man. It's fucking brutal. I made it in. I made about 20 minutes in.
And then you bounced.
Oh yeah, dude. Oh yeah. It was. The whole thing was not handled correctly, and then when they were identifying the bodies, that was handled even worse. It was brutal.
Jesus.
Yeah.
What?
Sorry, I didn't mean to take it in that direction.
Wow, it's just Bill Burr rules. I got to say, because we're going to get shit for it, when you said no one's watching soccer in America, the number came out a couple days ago. It was something like 25 million people watched that U.S. Portugal
Is
game.
that the number? Is that the number that they put
Yeah.
Yeah, well, look, it was.
Well, how can we check that?
Yeah, but it was also Sunday, 6 o'clock Eastern, 3 Pacific. A great time.
It was something like
to sit and watch a game.
I think they said 18 million on ESPN and then another 7 million elsewhere, something like that.
I don't believe it. And how many people do you know who are watching it? I don't know anybody who's watching it. Everybody's doing the same thing to me, going like, "Are you watching this shit?" I mean, I guess people are watching it.
I was amazed on Twitter how many people were tweeting about it. Like I was on live tweeting, and I was surprised that a lot of people in my timeline were doing the same thing.
Jimmy, I checked Jimmy's Twitter while I was watching. I'm like, holy fuck, Jimmy's watching it too. It's the first soccer game I've watched from beginning to end.
Oh, I picked it up 20 minutes in. It was U.S. was down 1-0 when I
missed that goal because I had some errands to do.
I was looking
around the house, but besides that, I watched the whole game.
You probably could have built a house for the time it took them to score a goal.
Dude, I was looking at fucking nothing was happening. I'm looking at Anthony's Twitter picture. He posted a picture, and I'm looking at it, and I hear like, right. I'm like, I fucking missed it.
And I went, what could happen? It's soccer. So I went and did something quickly, and I missed one of the goals. That's so stupid.
Yeah, I watched. That was the first full soccer game I ever watched.
It was,
I watched
right?
a little of. Yeah, I watched a little of the other teams and stuff like that.
And you're gonna watch most of it today.
I was in a hotel room. I was bored, and there's no commercials. That's the reason I tuned in.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, I don't know.
I don't like the bad acting at all. When you watch a football game and someone just falls down, you're like, oh, the guy's faking it. You get so pissed. And these guys do it like, it's so brutal how they do it. Just later, and then they get back up and run friggin' 7 miles. Come off the field and sit on the bench for a half hour, and then I'll believe that you really get hurt.
Right.
I saw on that Barstool Sports, somebody had taken a clip from one of the games where this guy barely elbowed this other dude in the chest, and the guy actually waited like a second and a half before he actually grabbed his chest and fell to the ground. So they actually they put in like the sound of a sniper rifle, like the guy got shot. Dude, it's hilarious.
Bill, stay on the line because this guy has something about soccer. Hold on. We got Bill Burr on the line and Steve in Connecticut. Steve, go ahead.
How you doing, guys?
Hey.
Went to a Holland-Germany game last year in Holland, and it's unbelievable. Obviously, the Dutch, is 90% of the crowd. And about the entire game, they're all screaming in Dutch, all the Germans are homos. And it is unbelievable, and it's to the beat of a fairly current song that I forget the name of it. I'm sure you could find it online. But before I punch out, I want to apologize to any gays I've offended for being aligned with Germans. Germans for being aligned with gays.
Yeah.
But it would just never happen in this country.
Yeah, it's not funny to call anyone gay, I guess, nowadays or something. I don't know. I can't follow the rules anymore. Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
You know what's really bad is I heard in Spain, I think it's Spain, they're like some of the biggest racists. Like the Israeli team came in there and they wrote all this stuff about Auschwitz. They had like literally made signs and they're holding it up. It's just like, good Lord. And we get so much crap for that over here. At least we're not making signs.
Right. They don't play, man. This guy, Corey in Jersey. Corey, go ahead. Bill Burr on the line with you.
Hey, Bill, you were talking about the Liverpool fans that were killed. It was actually 96 of them in 1989, April 16th. It was the Hillsborough tragedy. But the cool thing about it is I've been supporting Liverpool since about then, and they've been fighting for 25 years now to get the truth to come out. The government has been involved in this big cover up, and you being a conspiracy guy would like that. But it's been discovered that the police ignored a lot of things, and they blamed the Liverpool fans, and in fact it was the lack of police. And
they 30 for 30s. They kind of break it down how it was a new guy was head of the security force, and people who are into crowd control, they watch it, and then they start just going right down the checklist of everything they're doing wrong. Dude, it's so creepy because they have the security video as you start seeing everybody going in through the same entrance because they want to stand behind the goalkeeper, and on the left and the right side was wide open, but they had put like these partitions up so people couldn't, battle with each other section to section, and everybody went to the middle. and no one was stopping him, dude. It was, yeah. I tried to get out of this 10 minutes ago. I'm sorry to keep bringing
Well, you brought it up, though.
You just keep, actually, it wasn't 86. It was 96. You know, Jesus Christ.
Right, all right.
We just all agree it's horrific.
Okay, we can move on. Thank you, Corey. Let's say hi to one more call here. Kyle in New York. Kyle.
How's it going, fellas? Good morning.
Good morning.
All right, two things here. First of all, Jimmy, that tweet about the lawnmower on the field had me dying.
Thank you.
For hours. Dying for hours. But there's a good movie out. I don't know if you guys ever seen it. Green Street Hooligans. It's pretty old. It has Elijah Wood in it. And it's about the soccer clubs over in Europe and how they brawl to the death over soccer matches. And it's a pretty fucking intense movie that really makes you realize how serious people take their fucking soccer.
Right. Well,
yeah, I don't think it's as bad as it used to be, but I don't know. What's this? Gary Oldman did he did a film, I think, called The Firm, not like the Tom Cruise one. I mean, The Firm, like the supporters of things. He did one, and there's a book called Among the Thugs, where it's an American journalist who goes over there and hangs out with them. You know, who knows? Who knows how much he's sensationalizing so a dummy like me will read his book. But
right.
Seemed pretty crazy over there. But granted, this was like 25 years ago, so who knows?
All right. Well, enough with soccer, I guess.
I'm looking at photos as we're talking of the Hillsborough incident.
You are?
Yeah. You can see people crushed up against the fence. It's quite claustrophobic.
Oh, I can't imagine being in that situation. That would be horrific.
Yeah. You just want to turn around and go back the other way. I'm sure, like, oh, let's get out of here.
Right.
And you're not going anywhere.
Man. What else is going on?
Third time around. Here we go, guys.
Well, I didn't even know about this thing.
No, this is all my fault. I apologize.
But then what happens, though, you pique our interest, so then we're like, all right, we need to know a little more about it, but whatever. What else is going on, Bill?
Nothing. I'm in Pittsburgh. I just did a benefit. It was actually a great benefit where they had a stage. There was a microphone. People were set up to look at you, and it was fun. I actually complimented the people who ran it, because so many times you agree to do these benefits, and you show up, there's no stage, there's no light, and they just go there and go stand in the corner, and you're just like this loud guy who stood up at a table all of a sudden, and you start bombing. Then you attack the crowd. The whole thing goes down the shitter. But fortunately, it was a good one though.
Sometimes you guys do these gigs and they don't even have a microphone for you?
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, my God.
I did one at a restaurant. It was a Christmas party in the afternoon.
Right.
And they said, yeah, it's a separate part of the restaurant. You'll have a mic and all that stuff. I got there. There was no mic and there was no separate room. I stood in the middle of the restaurant in front of like two tables. Those waiters and other people right next to me were just eating that weren't even part of it. And stood there with no microphone and told jokes to two tables.
How'd you do?
Horrendous.
Man,
there was kids next to me behind me.
The fact that you survived it is amazing.
And it was for like $125. I'm like, I'll do it. And even when I got there, I'm like, all right, I need to make this money.
Right.
Did it for $125. Stood there for 30 minutes as busboys were banging into me on my punchlines.
Holy shit. The things you guys do.
I remember a long time ago I got booked to do some Christmas party, right? On the Upper East Side, and I showed up, and it was just like this Illuminati-level cash that was at the place. It was this small restaurant. There's like 40 people. They had no idea there was going to be a show. I was supposed to be like a surprise, and they could all give a fuck if there was a show. They all just had like that I own a yacht, like sort of haircut combined. It's like it's like the hockey haircut, but it's like more like curls in the back, and they all have like the white polo shirts. Dude, I was bombing so bad at one point I actually considered saying, listen, just tell you what, how about you guys just keep the money, and I'm just going to leave now.
Right.
It was that embarrassing.
How much time did you have to do? Do you remember?
Oh, dude, I think I did like 20. I think they wanted me to do a half hour. Dude, there was like people like, I got so defensive because I was bombing so bad that I was getting even angrier, and it was just literally, it was like people stopped looking at me. They were just sort of looking down at their plates. And nobody,
shit.
and I would be like, come on, guys, Jesus, give me something. And nobody would say anything. My agent was there.
Oh, my God.
You know what's funny? Right outside was this amazing, like, holiday snow.
Right.
Like an inch of snow. It looked like I was actually in the Christmas spirit, and I went in there, and I remember walking back to the subway, talking to my agent, going, I'm never fucking doing one of those again. don't even bring me the offer and blah, blah, blah. And, of course, he brought me another one, and I needed the money. So I was like, all right, this is the last one. Just
Wow.
doing this last, yeah.
Even when they're good, they're rough, man. Even when they're good, they're scary.
I've done bachelor parties before, and those are brutal. Because you got a stripper coming in. There was like, we're going to put you on after the dance. I go, no, put me on before, please.
Right.
Yeah.
The groomer's going to get blown in front of everybody. I can't follow that. Just let me do my fucking horse and pony show for 15 minutes.
Jesus.
At least bachelor parties, you could curse, though. You could be dirty at a bachelor party and go down being filthy. The worst, the company parties are horrible because they think they want it edgy, but nobody else knows you're coming, and they don't want it dirty. It's terrible.
I just don't know how you guys do that. I don't know how I don't know how you come back from that.
I did one in Vegas for a bunch of oilmen, and I showed up, and they were such fucking assholes. That I was actually up there making fun of them, and they didn't even get it. Like I was talking about how many oily birds there were out there because of their business. And I go, but you guys don't give a shit, right? And I did some, horrific Southern accent, saying something along the lines of like, well, if it can't fly with oil on it, it's too much of a pussy. Like that. And there was this pause, and then the whole crowd went like, yeah! They didn't even, laugh. Like, they thought, I was giving, a speech or something.
A pep rally.
Yeah, and then I remember afterwards, they all came up like, yeah, sorry about that. Yeah. We're hard on our performers. And
oh, God damn it.
Yeah, I passed some test.
Right.
Yeah, it was horrific.
Well, you guys, for the most part, don't have to do those gigs anymore, right?
I remember I was doing comedy 6 months.
Yeah, no.
I got an offer to open for Edgar Winter, and his crowd was all bikers at the Club Benet. It was like a supper club.
Yeah.
And they started throwing steaks at me, the bikers, and their potatoes when I was on stage. Really? And I had to do 15 minutes, and I was getting $50, so I'm staying. Just told them, look, I'm staying up. You can throw all the shit you want. And then I just started eating the food off the stage, and they were going fucking nuts.
They went nuts for that?
They went crazy. And I did my time. I just keep throwing it. Fucking throw. Give me a rare one. Throw that up. And they were just firing shit at me.
You guys should get together and write a book about bombing.
He wanted to take me on the road. He's like, no one's ever lasted that long. Come on the road with me. I'm like, fuck this. Right. I had all my family there, too. It was like my first big gig.
Right.
And they were just throwing shit at me.
And you're just eating the food they're throwing at you.
Right off the stage.
A book about...
what's hilarious about that? It's like, Edgar, well, then why don't you stop booking comedians?
Yeah, exactly.
He probably enjoys it. He was probably a sadist who kind of, enjoyed the show of watching guys just get fucking shit thrown at them.
That's his thing.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we do have to take a break here. Bill, you got anything going on? Well, you got a lot going on. The podcast is still rocking, by the way.
The podcast is doing well. Other than that, I just taped my next special. I just taped last weekend down in Atlanta.
Oh, nice.
I'm scampering around trying to come up with another hour of horse shit before that thing comes out.
Hey, Bill, are you your guys still doing that tour? Lawson and Verzi and Bartnick?
Oh yeah. Lawhead, Verzi, and Bartnick are. Actually, I'm in Vegas this weekend, and Friday, Saturday, and then Sunday. Those guys are coming through the All-In tour, and it's been doing really, really well. They've been selling tickets and killing it. I know they just crushed it down in Philly, so thank you for bringing that up, by the way.
No, because I saw them at the Stress Factory in Jersey. Great.
What is it? I don't even know what this is.
It's Bill's comic friends. They're
okay.
3 great comics and stuff. They're doing a whole tour.
Oh, Bill's, nice. And they're killing it.
The guys who've been opening for me throughout the years, they came to my wedding, and they started talking. I was like, why don't you guys do a tour? I'll put the podcast name behind it. Because back in the day, when I went out with some of the guys on Chappelle's show tour, I went out and I opened, and all these clubs that I couldn't get in, all the improvs at that time, they got to see me, do 20 minutes, and then, by the end of the tour, third quarter of them, whatever, brought me back and started to build me up in a market. So I'm trying to get those guys onto that level,
Oh, very cool.
Yeah, they're all good comics, too, man.
Right, I'll have to check it out. All right, Bill, always a pleasure, man. I like the surprise calls. Are you at an airport right now?
Yeah, I'm here in Pittsburgh, and I'm flying back to L.A. Another benefit tonight.
Nothing but respect. You call from an airport and you kill it for us on the radio. That is not easy.
No.
Who's around you right now?
On East Coast time, where he's a West Coast guy.
Right. But where
I'm over by the moving sidewalk.
Oh, okay. You got away from all the people.
Yeah. Oh, dude, I swear to God, this fucking guy was standing on the moving sidewalk.
Yeah.
He was right in the middle, so nobody, and the guy in front of me stops, and I got to stop.
Right.
And all I'm thinking is just tip this fucking asshole over. And of course, when he gets off it, he's like hobbling around like something was wrong with his leg. I was just like, really? I have to this early in the morning? I figure out what an asshole I am. I didn't even make it to 8 a.m.
It's better you find out early in the morning though. Yeah. And adjust appropriately for the rest of the day.
All right.
All right.
Watching this couple.
Yeah.
A couple of fatties. The two of them just sitting there, and his wife is just chowing, just eating with their mouth full. I'm literally 3 tables away, glaring at her because I can hear it. At first, when people eat with their mouth open, I'm thinking, all right, maybe it's a glitch. Maybe it's just a big piece of something they put in there. And she's just sitting there smacking away. I don't know. I got issues. Sorry, guys. All right. I got to jump off here. They're just starting to board the flight.
All right.
Hey, I'll be there in July, man. I'll swing by.
Absolutely. Right. We look forward to it. All right, Bill. Thank you, buddy.
See you, man.
See you, Jim.
Bill Burr, everyone. Live from a Pittsburgh airport. Jesus.
I've been in an airport
and doing
before.
great.
Yeah.
Doing great with the phoner. So let's take a break. Florentine's here, and we got Rich Voss coming in. Stay there. Yes, we got Jim Florentine in studio today. Killing it for us. Talking about bucket lists. I don't
it's that
think
Motley
so.
Crue song, Hooligan's Holiday. That's the one with the old singer.
Right.
The
got some.
guy.
I remember this got some airplay. Wasn't that bad?
No, it's a good song. Heavy.
And we welcome Rich Voss into the studio. This is your walk-on music.
I don't want to hear it. It's going to be a fucking slam already in the morning, just something negative.
First of all,
I wanted to come in and say,
first of all,
I was thinking about this.
First
in the
of all,
car.
Aunt Rich is hypersensitive. It's a Motley Crue song.
Why
don't you put your headphones on and hear it?
Because I don't know Motley Crue. I could hear anything.
Rich.
I couldn't tell you it was Motley Crue.
Is your left arm dying?
No, why? Why?
It looks discolored.
It's because they're tattoos.
I see the tattoos, but
it's a cover-up that I did at a more link.
You're doing more cover-up? Stop with the cover-up. You know how many layers of paint you got on that left arm?
My Jewish star was covered up.
I know.
Oh, really?
Yeah, I'm going to put it in here.
Oh, okay.
Why are you getting so many tattoos? You got full sleeves now.
Because I fucking ran out of shit to buy, so this is all that's left.
What tattoos are new since the last time we saw you,
that?
which was a month ago?
No, I just got that one.
What is that?
It's a
sober thing
for 12-step program.
Oh, okay.
It's a sober thing. And not that I'm just fucking dry as cactus.
Yeah, she had a fucking hay around it.
Tumbleweed, I swear to God. But I was thinking about this when I was driving.
What is that one? I don't remember seeing the bird one.
What, these?
On your right arm. You don't even know where. Oh, you do have a lot of bird tattoos. Sorry. Why a lot of bird tattoos?
What are you, an Arizona Cardinal fan?
Well, no. That's my high school team was. High school was
Ew,
Cardinals.
you've
high school?
I went to the car, yes, because I didn't graduate, so I figured I'd get something out of
Ew,
it.
your high school fucking.
This is an Oriole.
Where's your little league team?
Right here.
Where's your T-ball team on your back?
Hold on. Why would you put a place that you had failed in so miserably on your arm?
Huh?
I said, why would you put the place?
I don't know.
You got your high school mascot on your left arm?
Yeah, the Cardinals, and that's the Orioles were my favorite team growing up.
Don't tell anyone why you have. But they why'd you have the red? Just say I like red birds,
right?
And that's fine.
Wait, you like the Baltimore Orioles growing up?
Yeah, well, I played on the Orioles in Little League.
Me too.
So because of that, you had to follow the Major League version?
I was very good.
You were very good.
I actually was on the Cardinals for my Little League, but I didn't go and follow the St. Louis Cardinals after that.
Yeah.
Well, I did.
What's the other birds? Might as well do all the birds.
Yeah. That's the girl, pinup girl playing
golf. Why do you have two Cardinals?
Because it would be awkward if it was just one flying without
two mascots.
It's just.
And what's the bird? What is that on your right inside elbow?
Fucking skeleton bird.
Yeah. That bird.
Just a bird?
Just birds, hummingbirds or something. I don't know. I like to hum and sing in the morning, wake up in a good mood.
Wendy, you've never woken up in a good mood.
I know.
If you had fucking Angelina Jolie and I don't know, somebody else in bed with you, you still wouldn't be in a good mood.
You think I would let them last to the morning? Get the fuck out.
Right. And they were going to pay for your golf. When you were going to golf with Tiger Woods, you still wouldn't be in a good mood. You'd still be fucking cranky.
When have you heard him hum?
I've never heard him hum.
I've never heard it either.
If you were in a restaurant, you'd see me. But I was driving in, and I wish Anthony was here, and this is serious, and this is sincere.
What?
I wanted to thank you guys. I've been coming on here for like 12 years, and it's done absolutely nothing for my fucking career. But not get me into other radio shows around the country, have guys come to the show that can't look me in the face.
Why can't they look you in the face?
Because your listeners have no esteem. They just fucking stare at the ground and wait for their mom to pick them up after the show. It's fucking horrible.
We got really strange listeners. No, I was thinking about that a lot lately. There's a lot of strange ones out there.
There's some that really know comedy.
And they're extremely obsessed. Good, either in a good way or a bad way.
Anyone that tweets me and goes tis tis like his stupid character, they get fucking blocked. They get blocked immediately.
That makes me so happy.
They get blocked so quick. Just the fact that a grown-up guy is copying a radio personality's horrible character. They get blocked.
Yeah, well, you block them.
I see so many times when Bonnie will retweet something. Your husband blocked me. I'm a fan, but your stupid husband blocked. He told him to unblock me. She always retweets that shit.
Because they try to, I don't want to get into this. We've done it
you're going to be blocking so many people now.
Your
mentions are all going to be this.
Yeah, they just chip you. What's wrong with that? It's a little chip.
Guess what? Block.
Yeah, I don't really. It's just easier to block people.
You know what it is? I can see some.
Because you can't.
When you get an adult doing it, someone with kids, and hey, look, I'm a listener. Go fuck yourself, you jerk off. All right, be original. Say something.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Fuck yeah.
Guess what? July 8th. July 8th coming out.
July 8th, yes. Okay.
In the August Penthouse issue. It comes out July 8th. Mm-hmm. Bonnie and I have 7-page interview. 7 fucking pages.
I didn't even know it was a magazine anymore.
Neither did I. Neither did I.
7 pages. They interview you for 7.
Is that? It's kind
do
of
you have that much to talk about?
No.
What are you guys talking about in the magazine?
Do you know how many people are going to be jerking off and then just disappointed? Like they're about to come and they just see, all right, these two are talking, and you got to keep turning the pages to find the
Maybe
keep showing us what jerking off
That's what I wanted to do.
Why do they interview you?
Oh,
are you guys famous or something?
A lot of shit going on. Big shit. Big shit.
What do you got going on?
Hey, you can't tell. I'm just, we signed a contract with the movie that sold.
Oh, good, you did?
Not sold. It got a distributor.
It's done?
Well, the distributor hasn't. Now they're going to.
But now you don't have to worry about it anymore. When does it come out?
We're going to Montreal doing our podcast.
When does the movie come out for everybody?
They said August, September. That's what they said.
All right.
I'll show you the artwork.
Kind of like an iTunes thing?
Yeah. They're going to try to go to iTunes for 2 months with exclusivity, and then move on. You thought I was going to say that wrong.
No, it was fun, but you slowed down because you knew.
So it's just things, whatever. I mean, it's keeping us together.
I got your podcast equipment.
What's that?
I got your podcast equipment.
What? I keep hearing about this, and I was wondering.
I brought it today.
You did?
Yeah. I've decided I don't want a podcast. I looked at this box of crap for a year. I said, Rich, you take it. I'm like, why do I want a podcast? We got a radio show. It's so stupid.
But you have equipment?
Yeah, I was ready to go, and then I decided, now when you see how many people are podcasting, I just, I don't.
My mailman's doing one now.
Probably.
I know.
Probably. Yeah, I don't even know if that's a joke. I mean,
the equipment you have probably is outdated already because every 6 months it's changing. So
is it really?
Whatever you bought is probably.
Well, we haven't bought shit in 3 years.
Yeah, probably.
It'll upgrade their.
Well, you could do yours. You could travel. You got one of those.
I just got a little Zoom recorder. I just do it right.
That's all you need.
Just that's all I do. Yeah, just do it right in there.
Really?
Yeah.
You could do it anywhere?
Yeah, I do it anywhere.
You got to be online to download it.
Yeah, I'll upload that shit.
Why are you amazed by this?
Huh?
That you could do a podcast from anywhere. Why are you amazed by this?
The same reason you're amazed why I have cardinals on my arm. Little things amaze people.
He's a sweet boy. He gets very excited
you got
about
those cardinals. Like, if you got him right in high school, like when he graduated or almost
I didn't graduate.
I know, but almost graduated.
He got him last week.
I know, that's weird because
right.
I could see back then. You're like, all right, I was, it was a stupid thing I did when I was in.
It's just as weird as an adult wearing a rock band T-shirt.
No, it's not. You're not wearing it forever.
Yeah, I'm going to put it in the wash in about 3 hours.
Right. You change your tattoo tomorrow morning.
Right. He's not stuck with it. Yeah.
We broke. Florentine.
But who thinks about their high school when they're pushing 60?
You know what the thing is? Florentine is like the nicest guy on the planet.
Right.
Like when we sat around just trashing each other, but he is like slowly becoming as fucked up as we are, like being mean and stuff. He was never a mean guy, and he's turning into a mean guy. He was a creepy sexual. You know what I mean?
What are you trying to say?
What's the name of your high school?
Plainfield?
Plainfield.
Yeah, Plainfield High.
Can we look at the Plainfield High mascot?
And they were
now it's a guy with a gun.
Yeah.
And they were the Plainfield.
It's a jailbird.
They were the Plainfield Cardinals. Oh, there it is. Oh,
where?
God.
Yeah, it's the yeah.
Oh my God.
My high school was the Cardinals too, and I didn't get it on my arm.
Well, you don't have any tattoos.
No.
My high school had look up the North Brunswick Raiders. They had a terrible. It was like a fucking some dumb bird, but it wasn't like a real bird. I don't think.
Oh wow, yeah.
It's like a bird in a jersey.
Some kind of like
What's he
eagle
wearing?
thing, right?
Oh, is it? Oh, it's changed. It used to be like this awful yellow bird.
Yeah, they made it cooler, I guess. My high school was the Tornadoes.
Ugh. I hate team names.
Tornadoes don't even hit Long Island. What the fuck? Why would they pick the Tornadoes?
They probably figured he was like a tornado coming through, just tearing stuff up.
Fucking.
It should have been traffic jam. Still early. Still got a lot of time.
I don't know if you do. I'm gonna have to cut this one short today.
I gotta drive to fucking Boston.
Yeah, what's going on in Boston?
That Laugh Boston, that new club. Have you been up there?
No,
it's
I haven't
fucking
done that
nice, man.
Who's running it?
Who's running it?
Yeah, same players.
No, these other guys. But it's really a nice club and it's in a beautiful hotel, which is the best when you're doing a club. When the room is in the hotel you're staying, where you can just fucking roll downstairs, and you don't have to cross town in traffic. It's fucking the best.
Where is the place?
It's on Summer Street.
Okay, I'm trying to get people to go.
So I don't know, in the hotel? The gig's in the hotel?
Yeah, well, some big hotel, whatever. I don't know the name of the hotel.
Big hotel, and they got a new comedy club up there.
Yeah, Laugh Boston. It's a beautiful club. It's like Bonnie just did the female festival up there, which she hates.
God, that sounds horrible. Why is she stuck doing female festivals?
Well, they asked her last because they were paying her good money. They flew
why
her
can't
up.
you just do festivals? Why does it have to be a special female festival?
We're doing Montreal, but because she's a female, and sometimes they ask her, and she can't stand it. She
Good
just
for her.
hates it.
She
trashed it on
She should hate
podcast.
it.
Well, for the money, it's hard to say no sometimes. They offer you a lot of money to do 15-minute sets. It's like
your last 15 years. So we're going up. Last fucking week, I had the worst week in my life. I got to tell you the story. It's boring. I was supposed to work in New Orleans last Friday and Saturday for good money. I added a Sunday in Fort Walton Beach, Florida, which is a 4-hour drive. So I'd go in, do Thursday, Friday, Saturday in fucking New Orleans, and then drive to Fort Walton Beach on Sunday, do the show, and come back Monday and fly out. Well, the club never fucking opened in New Orleans. I had my plane ticket. It was supposedly Lucky Comedy Club. Well, I guess it wasn't.
So it was a brand new club, and they just assumed it was going to be done in time to have Rich Voss?
Well, they were supposed to be open a month before me with, like,
But I understand that, but leading up to your date, didn't they tell you, like, it's not looking good, or were they
No, I get how crazy this
They
fucking
were telling
guy
you no, where it's going to be opened?
I said, send me my deposit for the plane ticket. The guy gets on the phone. He goes, my dad just passed away. So I'm scrambling. I'm going, let me buy the plane ticket before it goes up even higher and higher, So next thing you know, the club doesn't open, and I get a letter, an email, and it's got to be from him, but this is his lawyer, so-and-so committed suicide. Really, what are the odds that Dad dies and he just committed suicide?
Wow.
But it's not true. He was just saying that because he was just a crazy guy.
Well, he committed suicide, but is he dead?
No, but he's nowhere to be found. He was just some guy that thought he could open a club, and he's telling everybody.
Wait, the guy that was supposed to open the club supposedly committed suicide, but he might not have committed suicide?
Doesn't that usually happen to your audiences after?
What do you mean this is a boring story? This is fucked up.
Yeah, I know. There's a death and a suicide and a fucking missed plane. This is a great story.
So,
God, you just can't read things properly. Why would you think this is a boring story?
Well, because it's bullshit. The guy said he committed
Well, where is the guy?
I don't know. His phone was cut off.
So now
the
people are
day
saying
after.
he didn't.
doing an article.
Hold on, I'm good at this.
Oh, yeah.
So the guy, there was a rumor he committed suicide, but now they're saying that they're sure he didn't commit suicide.
Well, no one even knows if his name was a real name. He might even had a fictitious name.
What?
The guy
He might have had a what?
A fictitious name.
Oh, fictitious.
That,
I thought he said fictitious.
saying he was going to open this club.
Right. You didn't get a deposit before the gig? Like half the money?
No, I was asking for the deposit. He goes, hey, man, I've been out of town. My dad passed away. But, we're going to, it's opening. We're getting... He was giving these big names for the grand opening. And another comic who books a lot of rooms turned me on to this guy, so I thought it was legitimate. The guy who turned me on to him, I don't want to use his name, has like 3 real rooms. Goes, yeah, this guy's opening in New Orleans. Why don't, can I give him your number? I go, yeah, of course. I've never worked in New Orleans. So the guy calls me. He goes, yeah, we're opening. We're going to have a hard opening with this major act, this act.
Which major acts?
I think he said Damon, and I don't know who the other ones were,
right.
Who he was going to open with. So then, so I'm going, well, there's no club in New Orleans, so I guess now finally they're opening a club. So I said, send me a deposit for the airfare. He goes, oh, no problem. So a week or 2 weeks go by, no deposit, 3 weeks. And I get a hold of him. He goes, yeah, everything's on track. It's just my dad passed away. So I bought the plane ticket. Without thinking,
oh, you're stupid.
How much was it?
No, it was $450. But
weren't you suspicious at all during this whole process?
No, because it's no one really. A lot of times you'll get booked,
right?
And the club might close that's already been open, or they'll say, "Well, we got to." They'll fuck with the money or whatever. But
all right, so you weren't suspicious because of your knowledge,
and you got to buy the ticket because the guy's an asshole. But you got to buy the ticket because the airfare keeps going up. Yeah,
and the guy that turned me on to him is pretty legitimate. So I buy the ticket. Now I hear there's nowhere to be found. I get an email. Chris, I think his name was Chris. If I looked it up, committed suicide. I'm his lawyer. Or I'm his friend, and we're taking care of all his business. I go, well, then just send me my flight money.
Right.
And we're cool.
Right.
So 2 weeks go by. I go, no fucking flight money. I go, I'm going to go on the fucking radio and trash everything about you guys and go on Twitter and this and that. Then I get an email from him. If you run my good friend's name through the mud, I'll sue you. I go, I write back, don't you think I know how to do fucking radio without getting sued? I've been doing it for 20 years. I'm not going to get sued. I'm just going to tell the true story. And I never heard from him again.
Right.
So now I'm stuck with this ticket. So the guy that originally set this up, I go, you got to find me something. So last Thursday...
Hold on. I'm not ready to move on from this. So is there an actual club?
No, it never opened.
So it never opened.
And
you didn't check online?
Research. People did research. I kept checking online.
To see if it opened.
To see if it opened.
Is it a club that they're trying to open up?
Oh, not now. I kept checking
online. Not now
online
because the guy either committed suicide or he
just
disappeared.
Or he just
but why did he disappear?
Because he fucking booked all these people and they're all looking for him, for probably deposits. I'm not the only one.
Why couldn't they get the club open? They ran out of funds or something?
I heard he went to some warehouse and after people did research of where it was going to be,
right.
It was just some fucking warehouse. It was
maybe he couldn't get the liquor license too. That happens sometimes. They have a problem with the liquor license and they're like, it's not worth it.
He had all different permits and stuff to open the club. And
he probably didn't have the money. He probably had a dream with no fucking money. He probably thought he could do it with this kind of money.
All right, you can move on. So you told your guy to find something in New Orleans because you got the plane ticket.
Because I have this Sunday still. I had the Sunday in Fort Walton Beach. It's only 1,000 for the Sunday, but added to the weekend, it made it a big, a big weekend. And I kind of didn't want to cancel the Sunday the last minute, even though these guys are assholes, you know, their company. So the guy gets me a Thursday night in New Orleans. I fly down Thursday, so empty. Then he gets me Friday and Saturday at the Hard Rock in Houston. So I fly from New Orleans Friday morning to Houston. It's a small room, but it was great. It was a 50-seat room, but it was fun. Actually, it was fun. So I did 4 shows there. I got up. This is a fucking nightmare. I got up Sunday morning, flew back to New Orleans, and drove 250 miles to do the Sunday night in Fort Walton Beach. God. Right? I'm sorry. Right. I did a Sunday night, just a big 200 people, 300, following, fucking dueling pianos, you know. The middle act is a cool dude, so it's from Atlanta, some big dude. I forget his name. He's fun to work with. I get up 3:30 Monday morning to drive back to New Orleans to fly out. The flight's fucking canceled. Then they finally fly me instead of straight to Newark to Houston. And then that's delayed. I get home at 1 in the morning. I left at 3:30 a.m. And I get home at fucking 1 in the morning. 22 hours. And this is Monday. I'm home Tuesday and Wednesday, and now I got to drive.
Why did they cancel your flight?
They said mechanical. The flight never came in, and then they scrambled. And so they wouldn't put you on another airline to get you directly home from Florida or New Orleans? They were putting on people that had flights overseas, connections and flights overseas.
Are you United?
Yeah.
Are you like a gold member or silver? Gold. So they should have taken care of you.
Well, they put me in first class from New Orleans to Houston and Houston to Newark, which means nothing to me because a flight from New Orleans to Newark is like 3 hours. Yeah. And I'll fall asleep anyhow.
There wasn't any earlier flights from Houston to Newark because there's always flights going out like every hour. They couldn't throw you on.
They couldn't get us to Houston. Those flights were all
they couldn't
booked.
get it to Houston. Okay.
Those flights were all booked.
They should have put you on another airline.
Well, they put other people on other airlines that had to fly, to Newark and then to Israel or wherever the fuck promised land they were going to. So I got to find this fucking guy's name. I wish I had it now, because if you're in New Orleans, I want you to find this fucking guy and get my goddamn deposit. All 3 listeners in New Orleans. I want you guys to fucking...
But you still went there with the original ticket.
Yeah.
All right, so you got something out of it.
But I still want my plane ticket because I had to pay...
Did you make just as much money as original?
No. I probably made, a couple... enough to still pay my bills that week. It wasn't a loss. But, my ticket was $450, but still I had to buy another round-trip ticket to Houston, right? Which was I had to get a hotel in New Orleans on Thursday night myself.
Wait, do you have a signed contract?
Huh?
Yeah, there's no way you're getting your money back.
No,
the guy in New Orleans.
I have emails. Emails are
but he's not going to get it.
You're not getting your money back.
The thing with those gigs is
you're not getting your money back.
Get at least 10% of whatever you're going to get. You're getting $3,000 for the weekend. Get $300. Send them directly to us. I need a 10% deposit. That will cover the airfare if things get fucked up. That's what our agent does even with the improvs and stuff like that. They always get 10%. Not that the improvs would fuck you over, but
really?
Just get that. Well, they're not going to just close and
not like that. They're not gonna
not at all.
Yeah, they're not setting up in warehouses in the middle of nowhere.
Send me 10% and I'm in. As soon as I get the 10%, let's confirm the date.
Well, I usually try to get my airfare fund, but 9 out of 10 clubs I've worked there for years, so I'm not worried about it.
So you think they came up with that scheme to say that he committed suicide, so people go, oh, fuck, that sucks.
I'm a lawyer, I'm going to sue you.
And leave him alone?
Yeah.
So you get out of some of this shit?
He goes, I'll send you the money, so every 2 weeks...
But the lawyer guy was probably him.
It was him.
Okay, yeah.
It was him.
Right.
And every week, I would call and go, no check yet. Next week, you're a real stand-up guy. Still waiting, just dumb shit. But I didn't.
All right.
Whatever. It's just such scumbags in this
guy.
world.
It might be a girl from New Orleans here. Who's this? Might be able to add to the situation. Hi, who's this?
Hey, it's Alyssa in New Orleans.
Oh, hi, Alyssa. What's up?
Hi. I don't have much to add, but my husband and I go to comedy probably twice a week, and we live right downtown, and we stay really up on everything that's going on down here.
Right.
We've never heard of this joint.
Because it never opened.
Where was it supposed to open? You know the address?
and you know how you get like the free like city pages that say all the shit that's going on?
Right.
We get it every week. I've never seen one mention of this joint.
Well, you know what? Google. I don't know.
Where was it supposed to be? You know the address, the street, anything?
No,
What
Lucky.
was the name of the club? Lucky's?
In New Orleans,
Lucky in New Orleans. But do this. This guy was supposed to write an article about it. So Google Lucky and see if the article came out.
There's no article. You're still believing in this guy.
If you Google the word lucky, there's no way that's the first thing comes up.
No, listen.
When I Googled it.
No. What's that? No. A writer.
When I Googled it.
I can look up the writer's name and see if he wrote the article because he was interviewing a bunch of people.
Rich, one thing you are is street smart. So how do you get taken so bad?
I didn't get taken.
I think you got taken on this one.
No, the guy just never fucking opened the club.
He didn't rip you off. He did.
The guy.
There's no real info in this club anywhere.
Well, if I could find
name.
What's that?
I want to know his name. I'm dying to know his name.
Well, really, if you're dying over that, Jesus. I don't know. I got to find his email, and it's probably on my email at home. His name was Chris something, but it's probably not even a real name because. He probably gave a fake name from the beginning.
Don't give his name out on the air just in case he gave somebody else's name.
Yeah.
Right. All right.
Weird. All right, guys. Thanks.
Thank you. That's it for that.
You want me to just give you the deposit?
How much was it?
Yeah.
No, I'll make it up this week.
In
I'll make it up with my new CD that's coming out.
Right there, Lucky's.
With my new CD that's coming out, Rich Voss, 141 IQ. I'll make it up with that.
That's the name of the CD?
coming out?
Yeah. Well, it'll be done next week, and then I'll get it however long to get it on iTunes and stuff. So, whatever. It'll probably come out when the Penthouse article comes out.
Yeah, a mover and a shaker there.
Okay.
Penthouse article, new CD.
It's other bigger things.
Why can't you talk about them?
Yeah, you just don't talk about it.
It's not going to jinx it. Nobody's listening that might jinx it. Where would that jinx come from?
Yeah, what is it?
Seriously,
where would it come from?
Where would it come from?
20 years of my career. Where would it come from?
It's not. No one's going to go. If he mentions this on the radio, this is not happening.
Do you want to know something amazing? This is what I heard. Dave Chappelle sold out 10 nights. 6,000 seats a night. That's six. He sold more tickets in 1 week than I did all year.
All the year since you started.
So isn't that fucking insane?
Give us a hint on what's going on with you guys.
Nothing. Just me and Bonnie have a little interest. That's we have a little interest.
But seriously, what do you think might happen? Is it because you think you're going to jinx it if you talk about it?
Listen, I've done how many fucking things I've done that didn't pan out.
So who cares?
So what?
That's
who cares? I do.
No, but I mean, either way, it's either
gonna happen or it's not gonna happen.
My kids.
No, that's what exactly what he said.
It's not gonna make a difference if you bring it up right now. If it's gonna happen or not, it's really not.
You can at least brag about it a little bit.
No, because
you get a little bragging out of the way.
I'll be able to brag Friday or Monday.
Friday or Monday.
Yeah.
TV.
It's
TV. Okay, so it's TV.
It's not TV.
It's probably a TV show with Bonnie and Rich.
Reality TV show?
Yeah.
You guys are making
okay, so it's a reality show.
All right, reality show.
With Rich and Bonnie.
On the Lifetime channel.
No.
Or maybe
we tried Lifetime. That never made it.
A&E is doing some reality programming now.
A&E passed.
A&E passed. Oh, so it's a reality show.
Okay, all right, so it's a reality show, so good for you. Congratulations.
That's great. What's it called? Do you have a name picked out?
Huh?
Do you have a name picked out?
Wait, I'm going to write it. I'm going to send it out on a Twitter. What is it? What network is it? Was it at A&E?
What network could it be?
No, it's not A&E. And it's not a reality.
My Wife Hates Me is a great name for a reality show.
It is. Well, I mean,
so it's going to be like a show loosely based on your lives.
It's a show based on the podcast.
Where they film the podcast, right?
Yep.
All right.
We're calling it
sort of like a Marin. Kind of starts with the podcast, ends with it, but a little in between, and your life loosely based on it.
Gotcha.
I don't know.
That sounds
Who's
great.
the showrunner for the show? Who are you going to get to write it? Is it who you got? Jesse Joyce? You getting, or are you going to get Kurt Metzger? Who?
Yeah, Kurt. Yeah.
I'm serious.
I want to hear about. We drove home from Norton.
All right, so this is what it is. All right,
so
no, it's not what it is. We drove home from Norton's shoot the other day. Me, Kurt, Bonnie, and Attell. Fucking, I love Kurt and Attell because they hate everything we hated in this business. But the difference between everybody is Kurt mentions names. He doesn't care. Like, he just fucking is fucking miserable.
Yeah, he's really funny.
Yeah.
But Kurt's a big kook. Kurt's a fucking giant-headed maniac.
He's a problem.
If he wasn't a comedian, he would just be biting children in the street.
Play soccer. Did you see his, have you ever seen a picture of his unit?
Yeah, he shows it to everyone. He has a big dick, he shows it to everyone.
It's phenomenal.
How big is it, Rich?
How big? Big enough for
yeah, but on him, he's
big
like,
enough for me to
fucking,
travel.
He's like the fucking Hound on Game of Thrones. He should have a big dick.
Right, he's
fucking 6'8" with a giant skull and big fucking hands and big shoulders. He's a galoot. Kurt's a big galoot.
Yeah, but he has no muscle tone. He's like if you were 7 feet taller, you'd be him. Because no,
he's a bigger boned guy. Kurt's a big shouldered guy.
Yeah,
he's not like he's not in like gym washboard ab shape, but Kurt's just a big
solid,
strong dude. Yeah, he's one of those guys.
All right. We don't
your
need
stupid shaved stomach.
Oh God, when are you gonna start
tattooing? Like an alien body.
When are you gonna start tattooing all that?
Yeah,
you do anything on the back or anything like that?
Nah. Why would you put it in places people can't see it?
All right, listen. I don't know. We got someone on the line here. Snowy in Michigan. Snowy.
Oh boy.
Good morning, gentlemen.
Hi, Snowy.
It's nice seeing Rich flex that 141 IQ after being taken by a phantom comedy club.
Hey, Snowy in Michigan. If you moved to Florida, would you change your name to Flamingo?
Nope.
What are you doing, Rich?
Good one, Rich.
Hey, well, you're the caller.
Yeah, it's true.
All right, let me say hi to Charlie in Santa Cruz. Charlie. Rich Voss and Jim Florentine in the studio today. What's up?
Hey, guys. Hey, boss, that sounds like a fictitious story you got going on. Boss, you're so fascinated the way you tell a story. I'm just sitting here just listening to the radio thinking, how stupid can somebody tell a story? It's just so stupid.
But how stupid is it somebody to stay and listen to it?
Oh,
yes, it's okay. But
okay,
so
listen.
fun.
I don't think he was. I thought he told it.
It was a really
right.
good story. The guy was just a fictitious club owner.
Yeah. So what's wrong with the fucking story?
He did say fictitious.
Yes, of course he did.
Okay.
What did I say?
Nothing. It's just like it's hypnotizing the way you talk. You could put put somebody in a room and make it dark, and you could just sit there and listen to you talk. And you could go into outer space the way you talk.
Rich has very good stories. I think he just needs to edit a little bit.
That was a
little bit.
That was an important.
Just a little bit.
It was a good story. People in New Orleans, comics in New Orleans are happy I told that story.
Absolutely. No one stands up for them.
I don't know. I think I would have been suspicious a few times during that whole whole run with this guy.
What was wrong with you get these 9 out of 10 times they open. Shut up. We're talking now. We'll get back to you. Okay?
I had the same thing happen in Buffalo with the guy who runs the Philly Helium. The club did open, and when I did the New Year's Eve, they just didn't have the liquor. And he's an experienced club owner. Like, he really knows how to run a room. But up there was just, like, all these things that were out of his control that he was waiting for.
Red tape bullshit.
Yeah, so it did open, but sometimes you don't know, is it going to open on time? And this is a guy who knows what he's doing. So some guy that doesn't know what he's doing, I could easily see how he'd get there and go, what the fuck?
But here's the thing. Here's the thing. When you're talking to him, you don't think this guy doesn't know because he's speaking the language. Yeah. He's really, and he's
saying things like ha-ha and jokes and big laughs for everyone.
It's
hilarity.
Jokes don't work for everybody all the time. He was recommended by somebody who runs
you said all that.
I know. Can you cut this guy off? He's starting to get on my nerves.
All right, Charlie, thank you.
So bye. Just cut him off. Just get rid of him.
All right. Well, this guy's even, he's got something for you.
All
Randy
right.
in Illinois. We're going to take a different approach here now. Randy, go ahead.
Hey, good morning, boys.
Hey.
Hey, Rich. You know, if you ever decide to get a tramp stamp, you got to make a fucking vulture. That guy just gets your ass clean. I'm telling you.
What was that?
Right.
What was that? You waited you waited online, and not only that, you planned that, and then waited on hold, and that's what you came out with? Come on. Listen, go back. Listen, we're going to let you call back we're going to let you call back in 5 minutes. We're going to let you call back.
Don't have a fucking club in New Orleans to go down to and try anything better.
We're going to let you call back in 5 minutes. All right, you country fuck. and come do it again.
He had it all planned out in his head, though, Rich.
Yeah, he said, this is the one that's going to send me over the top. This is the one where I can tell my friends I got him on radio.
Did you hear him get all wordy and stuff?
It's fucking horrible. You're still talking. You're not stopping. You're not going to win. Listen to me.
All right,
you're
thank
not
you,
trained
Randy.
at this.
Somebody points out.
I thought it was a good line,
What?
Randy.
Somebody tweeted me and said there's a Lucky Comedy Club on Twitter in New Orleans. There is one, and official Twitter for the Lucky Comedy Club in New Orleans, presenting the best comedians in the world 6 nights a week. Grand opening May 2014.
Yeah, they're supposed to open in May, and I was there.
It does, you know. Let's see when the last tweet was March 12th.
March 12th.
That's not a good sign for a club opening in May.
And 6 nights a week for a club first opening is way too many.
You probably
nights.
should have checked their Twitter.
I went online looking for the website.
In New Orleans.
You didn't find a website either.
It said,
in this day and age, if you're opening up a new business, you got the website all set.
You know what?
You're tweeting a lot.
Yeah.
There might have been a website. There might have been.
All right, let me say hi to Sean in North Carolina. We're going to turn this thing around. Sean.
I got this gig in New Orleans, and the guy's dodging me.
Oh God! It's kind of funny, but it's 15 years old. He
hung up. He ran away.
Hold on, I'm looking at their Twitter. Sorry, Jim. I'm looking at their Twitter, and there's a girl named Alyssa Wood, who I don't know, but she's a stand-up.
Oh,
you know
yeah,
her?
I've heard of. Yeah.
Okay.
I think she's good too.
She wrote on her Twitter, "Happy Mardi Gras." Les Le Bon. I guess she wrote some kind of French thing for Mardi Gras. I actually wrote a South French. I don't know what I'm talking about. I booked New Orleans from May 8 through 10, grand opening, Lucky Comedy Club, so stay tuned. And they retweeted it, so I'm looking at their Twitter feed. Yeah. So I wonder what happened with Alyssa Wood, because I think they had, like, Damon for their grand opening.
Yeah, yeah.
The guy told you that?
Yeah.
He didn't tell you her?
Well, she might have been opening for Damon.
Oh, okay. I'd love to ask her.
Yeah.
Now I'm obsessed with the story. It's all I want to talk about.
I'm kind of obsessed.
I'm favoriting her tweet. I'm so happy about it.
I'm just trying to figure out if Rich should have known better.
No, I can see how that happens. Yeah, because this stuff does happen where clubs getting off the ground and they keep hitting little roadblocks, but eventually they get it together and they wind up opening. And
right.
When was your date, though? Was it June?
It was last week.
Oh, last weekend.
Yeah.
See, that club should have been open for a month.
It was
you
supposed
should
to
have
open
been
in May.
checking, though, like May 15, 16, 22, 23, just to see.
I checked out. Yeah, you know what? You're right.
With a new club. You know, especially with a new club opening, then make sure the shows are going on.
Yeah.
Well, we got a guy.
Well, it doesn't matter. I still would have been out a ticket. What's the difference?
We got a guy. Chris in North Carolina. Go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Rich, you would think that a fucking FBI profiler would know better than to get off a fucking scam like this.
That's true, and you know what it is? Sometimes we get thrown off the track, as profilers.
Does Florentine know about this? It's a great callback. When Rich plays, thank you. When Rich plays golf, and you have to have the small talk because they team you up with people you don't know, and it gets to what do you do for a living. He doesn't want to say he's a comic or anything because he doesn't want to deal with it. He just wants to play golf. So he tells him he's an FBI profile.
That's great. They can't ask any more questions.
Oh, they ask a lot.
But they do.
They
just make it up.
I try to. I don't get past, that I work in anti-terrorism.
But can't you just tell him, look, I really can't talk about it? Or
well, I mean, sometimes it's fun to one Asian guy was nervous because he probably did something wrong. He goes, he's just like, hey, look, you're not going to look into me. I go, why would I? Fucking, I don't know. Why would I look into you?
Can you imagine, though, like hearing he's an FBI profiler and then talking to him for a couple minutes and going like, wow, he's not, doesn't seem that he's qualified to do that. Doesn't know any of the terminology. He's saying words wrong.
I wish you guys could see Norton. He's acting because his eyes are squinting and popping.
Yeah, I'm thinking.
So he's doing the scene.
Yeah, I'm doing you. I'm acting as you acting. It's you.
It's you.
It's easy to just say you're a landscaper because then they got nothing. No one's going to ask what kind of mower you have, what kind of weed eater you use. Do you guys edge after or before you do the lawn? That's a fucking great one. And just say, I got a landscaping business. Oh, okay, and then they're done.
I got a comedy owner in Detroit. He wants to book you.
Oh, no, he doesn't. If it's Ridley.
Jason.
Yeah, hey, Rich, I got an abandoned crack house here in Detroit. I can't send you the deposit, but if you show up, I can give you some product when you show up.
That's what... God, these are the worst callers.
Dude, I don't think he's a real club owner.
Huh? He said he wants to give me crack.
They're all trying.
I know.
They're trying really hard to get to you.
The closest one. The closest one was the FBI profiler. That was good.
Well, it's because it was a good callback.
Yeah.
You didn't like that guy? He's got a new club in Detroit.
Yeah. Hey,
he's
going to pay me
a crack house.
Whoa.
I'm surprised guys aren't calling up congratulating Rich about his TV show so we can jinx him.
The reality show.
So
there's no reality show.
Based on the podcast.
No, it's loosely based, so it's not reality.
There's nothing going on.
Is this the reality, or are you guys going to write?
There's a Penthouse.
Look, it's already on Opie and O&A show.
What?
Apparently Rich Voss has some big things going on. It's obviously a potential television show. That's already online.
See? That could fuck it up.
How does that fuck it up?
Huh?
How does it fuck it up?
It's not fucking up from the network. The network's not going to go, why were you talking about it?
Why will you know Friday or Monday?
What?
But you think you really think it's a superstition that it's going to mess it up that we're talking about it right now? That's what's going to mess it up.
I didn't say what it was.
I know, but
I
that's
did
what
tell
you're
you about
saying.
the Penthouse article.
But that's what you're saying.
No, it's some kind of TV project. So why would it fuck it up? And
the network's not going to be mad that he's talking about it. He didn't mention the network, nothing.
They would be excited.
They would be excited.
They would get some free promo.
It's his gambling background that jinx, don't stand here, don't do this, if I move this. And you didn't buy your fucking house by gambling. No one ever has. You never won. You were calling people from Vegas every time you worked there. Dude, I'm in town one day. Dude, send me $100.
Really?
But he lost all of his money. All right, it doesn't work. Whatever you were doing didn't work. So
you think
fucking
he's being
change it up.
superstitious
Yes,
idiots?
change it up.
Yeah, that is that gambling stuff.
It is. You've had other TV offers, TV show deals. None of them came through.
Yeah, see?
Fucking, so be positive and talk. Try the other way.
We
Congratulations.
No, but it's not TV. You're making it.
It is TV.
No, maybe it's another offer to make another movie.
No.
No.
You're trying to throw us off. We're not
even
stupid.
have the first movie's barely sold. They're not giving you another movie.
Right.
You're
But
not
we
fucking
showed it
Tom Cruise.
we showed it in 4 festivals.
No, absolutely. It's a great movie. I
I
highly
like
recommend it.
I like
It's
the movie
awesome.
a lot, and we're in it, which
But
makes it exciting.
it's not another movie.
No, it's not.
The first one's not even released. They're not giving you another
It's
movie.
not another
deal.
movie.
Rich.
Absolutely not.
We're convinced.
Don't try to throw us off.
Not another movie.
What happens Friday or Monday? More meetings about this, or they're just going to finally decide, or what?
You're off. You're so. I'll tell you during break what it is.
Why?
Because you get. It's like what it is.
We're
It's like
excited for
it's
you.
like if you were going on a date with a hot girl.
He's
would
married.
you-
That's a bad example.
No,
Okay, all right. Hypothetically, yeah.
Hypothetically,
Yeah,
you're going
let's
on
go.
a date with a hot girl.
Right.
Before that date, would you say, "Hey, guess who I'm going to sleep with tonight"?
Yeah, absolutely.
No, you wouldn't. You would.
I'm like, Jim, look at this picture of this chick I'm going out with.
But
I'm
he
hopefully
wouldn't
gonna
say her
bang
name.
her.
No,
on the
you
radio.
just said hopefully. Would you say I'm going to sleep with her tonight?
But I don't know if I'm gonna.
So it's just the same. We
We're
don't
saying,
know.
what do you think might be happening?
Yeah,
But he would say he's going
I'd
out
still
with her.
show her the picture. I'm not gonna go. I'm not gonna show you the picture because
Well, what kind of creep?
then maybe she won't.
What kind of creep that's going on this first date already has a picture of the girl?
But
Everyone does this day and
I'm
age.
online.
Exactly.
Absolutely. I'm like Jim.
Facebook, Twitter.
Rich, you started this though.
Yeah.
You were the one that was bragging.
Tell
About
us.
what?
Is this a fictitious
No, I
thing?
just said there's a
I'll
couple
text
of-
Bonnie. I'll
I
text
wasn't
Bonnie
brag-
right now. Find out.
I
what
wasn't.
it
How'd
is.
you get a number? I wasn't. I wasn't
You want me to-
bragging. I wasn't bragging. I was just saying things are going on. I told you about the Penthouse.
No,
thing.
but you had that
No.
coy, sexy look in your face that no one could see.
He wanted us to ask you.
No,
you
he
wanted
did.
us to ask
He
you
had a
about
coy,
it.
sexy
You
look.
You
guys
brought
some
up
radio.
big things for a
Right.
reason.
Knowing that
Exactly.
we would say, "Whoa, what
Yeah.
big thing?"
But you
No.
can't be talking about your dick or your fingers. It's got to be something.
Can you tell Sam from the Little Rascals sound booth to get me some food? Remember?
Ooh,
you don't get it.
No, I don't.
Hold on, we got a guy.
Oh, I hope it's not an improv show.
We got a guy, Rich, who can help you out here.
Dr. Kevorkian, you're on the phone.
David in Georgia. David. David, go ahead.
Rich, I know the guy who owns Lucky's, and he's been trying to make this right with everybody. He's been direct depositing the money back. All I need is your bank account and your 4-digit security code, and he'll get it right to you.
Oh God, it's just
That wasn't that bad, actually.
That was pretty
He
good.
sounded pretty professional.
Yeah, it was pretty good.
That
Okay,
wasn't bad.
Let me give it
Right.
to you. Hold on. What's your number? Let me text it to you.
That was pretty good. You got to give it to him, Rich.
Yeah, but
he's just
I
not-
thought
was
this was
good.
a comedy show.
He's fun in you.
Let's say hi to Kenny in Dallas. Kenny.
Hey,
Hey.
when you're playing golf or something, you ought to just make up something like an aquanaut or something that doesn't even exist. Just throw something out there and then be totally quiet about it afterwards.
So you're saying the whole story's made up? That Rich maybe wanted to get away from...
When he's going to play golf with people he doesn't know and they ask him what he does.
Oh, that thing.
Something out there that doesn't even exist. It's just...
Lucky's Comedy Club.
Right. Wait, do you think he's lying about telling people he's an FBI profiler?
Oh, I believe that. He's saying tell people something that doesn't exist, a job that's not even like...
Oh, okay. His phone's crapping out.
Totally doesn't even exist, yeah.
Yeah, but then if it's something that...
You know,
it's going to make you even more curious.
Then they're going to ask, what is that?
When people ask me, I go, I'm in marketing. And they don't want to know about marketing, so then that's the end of the conversation.
I would
pick like something where people would actually go, wow, really? I need to know more about this.
You know,
he's kind of right. You should just come up with something so mundane that no one's going to ask a follow-up question.
You know what I think? That... because you guys give us comedy advice, I think you should really only take calls like 1 day a week.
No, not at all.
Really?
No, I love phone calls. They're killing today.
Don't you have screeners, though?
They're killing today. Me and Florentine are loving this. They're doing really good.
All right.
Yeah.
Let's take another one. Get someone from
want
fucking
another
New
one?
Orleans. I wish there was a comic in New Orleans listening that would fucking...
New Orleans.
What's that?
It's New Orleans.
Whatever.
All right, well, we could do this. We could take a break.
Get some food.
Yes, and some information.
I got food and more information.
We're going to get to the bottom of it.
Hold on, Florentine's in the studio. Are you doing it unmasked?
Yeah, I'm doing it.
I think I heard a promo for that.
July 9th, I'm doing it, the stand. I think it's sold out.
Oh, that's great.
I don't know, but I mean,
that is awesome.
But yeah, July 9th.
Hello?
8 o'clock.
You're going to have a great time.
I'm not telling people anything. What are you saying? See, Bonnie's yelling at me. I just saying.
He did tell us.
He did tell us.
He did say
Congratulations.
it. Congratulations, Bonnie.
No, congratulations. I said stuff is going on, and they keep just making it up.
Congratulations.
I didn't tell them one thing, okay?
Tell Bonnie I'm sending her a text right now. Congratulations.
I didn't tell them one thing.
Congratulations. So
what?
what?
They're going, oh, you're doing this and that. And, this,
and we're going to tweet it.
I never once said one thing.
We already tweeted it on O&A show.
No, we have more info.
I said things are happening. We got the Penthouse thing in
We're going to tweet
Montreal.
what's going on with Voss and Bonnie.
The movie sold, and then they just started going, oh, you got a I didn't say one thing, so don't worry.
Could you put on speaker?
Wait,
put
hold
on speaker.
on. Why don't you just have
Can
her
you call in
in?
online?
Give her the number to call in.
Yeah, call Bonnie. Call in. She knows the number, right?
She doesn't know the number.
Of course she does.
Put her on speaker. We could yell.
Yeah, hold on. How do you get the speaker? Hold on. Wait, hold on. Oh, I got
hit the red button.
Shut up.
How do you still?
That's why we wanted to call in, Rich. This is ridiculous. She won't be able to hear us.
I know how to work the speaker.
No, you don't. You're hitting buttons.
All right. Go ahead, Bonnie.
Hello?
Bonnie, congratulations.
Any speech or what, but nothing's going on.
Thank you. But they won't listen to me because, you know what they are? They're bullies.
Well, you didn't bring it up. You brought it up.
I said good things are happening, and you guys twisted it
Bonnie,
into that.
he said that big things are happening that I can't talk about.
Who says that?
Big things that are happening that I can announce Friday or Monday. That's exactly what he
says.
said.
I got to wait till Friday or Monday.
Big things.
Good things are happening. You're right.
Big, not good. Big.
You said big things are happening.
Big.
Yeah.
Big.
The movie, Penthouse.
And then you said after all of that, and big things.
No,
big things
I meant that is all in one.
No, you didn't.
All right.
Bonnie?
Yeah, no, it's ridiculous. Who walks around going, good things are happening?
That's why you started this. You can't just say big things are happening and then not.
Says that, you go, well, tell me what it is. No, I can't tell you. So next week. That's the first kind of person on the planet.
Thank you. That's exactly.
Just wait until you can tell. Then say something.
Right.
But he thinks if he talks about it, Bonnie, he's going to jinx it, that somehow it's going to fuck it up.
He did tell us.
He's right. He shouldn't talk about it. Why is he saying why is he good things are happening?
Well, he told us it's a TV show.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
No, I didn't.
It's
tell
like
us that much.
It's like loosely based on you guys' lives, not a reality show. Yes.
They made that. Listen, Bonnie, I swear to God, go listen to the replay.
Congratulations. He told us it's a TV show. We know that much.
You would never listen to this show.
Huh?
By the way.
Not only that, you leaving?
No. Bonnie, he tried to mix it up by going, no, it could be another movie that we got.
Right,
so
but we know it's a
that wasn't
TV show, so congratulations.
It's not a TV show. I never confirmed it. I never confirmed that.
He winked at us when he said it.
No, I didn't.
Yes, he did.
Yeah, he did.
You don't know how to wink. That's how I know you're lying.
You don't know how to wink?
Not at her.
Fucking quick. Jesus, that's quick. That's scary quick. What happens to his brain?
It's unbelievable.
I didn't say anything, so go back to bed, or you guys go back to... Is Raina up? Oh, I got to tell you this thing Raina did. You'll love it. But listen, I didn't tell him anything, so there's nothing to worry about. Just, you're done with the storylines, right?
Can I just give you a little bit of, some verbal advice? When you're asking a question, you usually wait, like, even just a half a second so the other person can answer.
That's true. You did just ask and then keep blathering on.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Hey, Bonnie, we're trying to figure out who the showrunner is to the show.
And what now?
And Rich smiled when we mentioned Kurt Metzger, so we're thinking it's Kurt can be the top guy.
We almost have the network, too. We almost. We know it's not A&E because he told us it's not A&E.
Yeah, it definitely
That's
isn't
why we
A&E.
know it's a TV show because we went A&E and he goes, no, it's not A&E.
Yeah.
No, I said...
So who would answer... He said that, I swear to you. So we know it's a TV show.
Showtime, but I'm not going to not say it's Showtime, okay? That's all I'm going to say.
We go, is it A&E? And he goes, no, it's not A&E.
No, I said, no. When you go, is it A&E? I go, A&E passed on us. That's all. I didn't say
he said
anything.
no, and then he said,
Right.
no, it's not A&E.
And he really wanted us to guess more because he's very excited about
No,
this.
I'm not excited because I've been in these situations.
No,
if this was the situation.
You said Lifetime.
Excited. Otherwise, you wouldn't be walking around. But things are happening.
You can't say that to your friends and just assume we're just going to let it go.
Yes, and you can't assume we're friends.
Hey, Bonnie, he also made this comment. He said he wakes up in a good mood. He goes, don't you just wake up in a good mood and enjoy? Does he ever wake up in a good mood?
He did not say that.
Yeah, I swear to God, he
did.
said that. Does he ever? I said, I've never seen him, barely ever in a...
I've never seen him. I'm not even talking about morning, ever in a good mood.
That time in the post office when you fell and busted your head open. Remember that?
That was kind of funny. I got to give him that one.
I've been in a good mood lately.
Yeah, because of this big TV project.
There's no TV project.
Congrats. It's about time, though,
There's no TV project.
Well, we'll find out Friday
or Monday.
No.
It's already all over Twitter, Bonnie.
Yeah.
I know an A show. It's all over.
Yeah.
Oh, my God.
Don't blame us, because he was the one that said big things are happening.
That's all I did was say big things. Montreal, the Penthouse thing, nothing,
Nope, and then you said we'll find out more Friday or Monday.
No. Listen, anyhow,
I was talking to our distributor yesterday or 2 days ago, whatever, and he goes to them, he goes, well, big things are happening. We got Montreal, and I was like, after the phone call, they don't know what Montreal is. They just think you're talking about your vacation. He goes, big things are happening.
Montreal. Jesus. You got to be exhausting to live with.
She's exhausting.
Good one.
All right.
Well, all right.
Congrats on the TV project.
Bonnie,
Yes, good luck, Bob.
Can I tell them what you're doing now, though?
Anyway, you guys, come up with the title. I'll talk to you later.
All right.
All right.
Can you tell us what she's doing?
Oh, Bonnie, right
Hopefully filing for something.
She was offered...
She doing Letterman?
Huh?
Letterman?
No, well, she's supposed to do Letterman, yeah.
Oh,
they said she's doing it.
that's
They
top
just gotta
secret,
put the
too?
set together. What's that?
Was that top secret, too?
No.
She's gonna do Letterman
She's
soon.
done Letterman twice already.
I know. She's doing it again. That's awesome.
She was offered a job as to produce this reality show, as to run the show or whatever. She goes, look, I can't do it. I got to do it out of my house. And they go, no. And then they just offered her, to write every day from her house the storylines, so she could
For a reality show?
for a different show. Yeah.
Yeah, that assist the
For
reality.
not your show, a different show. You see, you already got caught up again. You go, no, a different show.
No,
not your show.
No,
not the
you
show
said-
you guys are going to go.
No, we're not
You just said, no, a different show.
No, we don't have a show.
You got caught
We don't have a show.
You got caught a lot.
Oh,
We might have to make a famous list.
See,
man.
here's the thing, too.
You've gotten caught. What reality show?
Want me to tell you what
reality show?
I really don't even know. The one she's writing.
He told me about that a couple weeks ago that she had rejected to go there because it was just too much time away.
Yeah, it's too much. But here's why I can't say anything on this show, and you say it like when you guys made jokes about our fire, and you guys started this or did that. When first of all I was in California. We're only getting sued by 3 or 4 fucking insurance companies now, and they'll probably play tapes from the show.
But they know we don't know. They know that we have no knowledge of the incident. We're just dumb comedians.
Fuck.
What do we know? Like they know we're not. They know we're not knowledgeable insiders. That we're just joking. They make fools out of themselves using this audio. We're just saying that you're a boob, and that if it was a cool cigarette, she was fucking a black guy. That's all.
I begged them to put me on the stand so I could tell them all the stuff you actually told me behind the scenes from that whole thing.
Are you fucking see what I mean? I'm guessing.
Yeah. Yeah, that whole thing about we're looking for a reason to move. There's nothing wrong with that.
And the thing is,
we can't pay our bills, and we might have to do a thing or two.
Yeah. Hold on, Snitch has something.
Can you say snitch?
That was a reference. Say tattletale.
Snitch. I didn't fuck it up.
Tattletail's better for you.
All right, we're gonna play the clip of Voss saying big things from earlier. Here it is. A mover and a shaker there.
Okay.
Penthouse article, new CD.
It's other bigger things.
So
isn't that fucking insane?
Other bigger things.
Isn't that fucking insane? You said that isn't that crazy? Things finally happening.
Other bigger things.
Yeah.
That's a TV show.
It's divorce.
And
if you got a movie sold, a 7-page spread in Penthouse, something, and he says other bigger things, it's got to be huge.
TV show.
It's not going to be like another you joining a different podcast network.
I would never leave Riotcast.
Right, I'm just saying, but it's not
a contract.
So it's going to be
and
huge.
It's past the pilot. It's past the pilot stage.
No.
You still got to make.
All right. So now we know.
There's no TV show.
So it's going to be a pilot.
So
it's going to be a TV. They're going to shoot a pilot probably for Showtime.
So they've asked for
else.
a pilot. Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
You guys can guess all you want. I'm just saying.
I was the one that went no.
No, you're wrong again.
No. See, we're not that.
I wish if I shot a pilot, you would have known.
No.
Are you going to get a little money up front?
If you shot a pilot, that's in the trades.
You meant that you haven't shot the pilot yet. It's pretty obvious.
No, anytime you shoot a pilot.
All right, congratulations. So you're shooting a pilot. That's pretty cool.
No, nothing's bought yet.
Right, but
so you're
going to shoot a pilot,
no,
and then they're going to decide if they like it or not.
There's no offer for a pilot.
Yes,
I'm telling you that.
All right, maybe
why are your eyebrows going up?
Maybe it's not a pilot. Maybe it's just going to go. They're going to do the guaranteed 6 episodes.
Right.
Then I would tell you.
You know what? I think it's maybe IFC.
No.
Could be that.
Oh, or Sundance.
Yeah, one of those.
One of those channels where they might go, hey, we could use the couple like this.
Yeah.
Or maybe the Kardashians like them. Maybe Kim Kardashian heard the podcast and said there's something with these two. Let's make them the next big item.
Is it the E Network?
There's no network. There's no. I'm fucking starving. Let's take a break. I'm Anthony now. Hey, listen, we're going to take a break.
No, we're going to wear you down.
Exactly.
You've slipped up 3 different times.
You really have. All right, we got. What are you promoting? The Boston gig that you don't know much about
Boston.
either. Laugh Boston, but
tonight,
you don't know where
tomorrow.
the hotel is or anything.
And July 8th, the Penthouse article, and then 141 IQ coming out soon.
And bigger things.
The movie. I'm tired of talking about this dumb fucking. My manager the other day, Bonnie mentioned a movie. He said,
"Relax." I didn't care about the bread part.
Okay, well, I'm sorry. I didn't know where to draw the line.
I pick and choose my interest in your sandwich. We got the story. I know I just threw it out there, but whatever. But someone got in trouble for that now. It's unbelievable. The KFC story still continues. The little girl that got kicked out supposedly.
Breaks my heart.
KFC confirms that no one ever asked girl to leave restaurant just hours after family released a statement sticking to their story. So you heard this one, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, but they're still giving the $30,000.
They have to. They have no choice. They look like assholes. I mean, it's a little girl that is really fucked up.
You know what? Maybe KFC
from a
did
pit
it for
bull.
their publicity.
Huh?
Maybe they started the story. I mean, it's making KFC look pretty good.
That they're
giving the $30,000
no matter what, right?
You know, which is nice of them.
Oh, here's the... Oh, it's Michelle Obama? Yeah. Got in trouble for this?
Yeah.
All right, so what is the story? Wow.
Yeah, moments ago, ABC News published their coverage of today's White House Summit on Working Families. During the event, Michelle Obama used a racial slur.
That's right.
This slipped past
What's
the
talking
writer.
about her husband?
Pat yourself on the back, please. That was a good one. Pat yourself on the back. Keep going.
She said
it slipped past the writer and editors at ABC,
who made no reference to her usage of the word.
Right.
First Lady Michelle Obama admitted to a few of her own struggles as a working mother while making the case for flexible workplace policies for families. This is Michelle Obama's quote.
Okay.
The first thing I tried to do, which was a mistake, was that I tried the part-time thing. I realized I was getting gypped on that front.
Oh, I can't even hear anymore.
What the fuck is wrong with that?
Oh,
she told Robin Roberts.
So racist.
We all know. There's no hate in your heart when you say that for a group.
Yeah, I don't know. That's just.
Or an
Remember when
individual.
fucking Ben Stein hung up on Anthony because
That's as he should have.
Chew him down.
We did say chew him down.
Well, the article.
I thought you said Jim. Fuck Ben Stein.
I know.
Love to.
Well, that's what the article says later.
Man, pussy.
It says later, for
Stinks.
comparison, imagine if Michelle had claimed she was getting Jewed down or had referred to
But she
as an
didn't.
Indian giver.
Oh, how the fuck did
That's awful.
Oh.
Gyp bears the same strand of...
Well, really, it does. Where does Indian giver come from?
Not trusting
Anyone
in Indian people.
Oh, that's not where it came from.
Indian, not Indian people, but Indians.
Yeah.
No, Indian giver.
Where did it come from?
They would give you, like, something and then scalp you.
Why would they give it to you first? Why wouldn't they just scalp you?
To lure you in. Come here, you want this?
Because they wanted that
Right.
You want
scalp.
this? And
What if they said no? They didn't want it.
then they would say, you sure?
Jesus.
Sure.
So now we
All
can't.
right, I'll take it.
So now we can't say gypped. Wow.
Are you fucking... You think I'm going to eat that? Are you crazy?
You had to buy ketchup?
Get me sealed packages. You think... Who... Forget it.
Yeah, I
What?
just use that. That's fine.
Yeah, it's what
Are you out of your mind?
I use
what
that.
do you think happened to that ketchup? A bottle of ketchup came
It's
in
only
a can
us.
full,
Yeah.
and he won't use it. What do you think happened to that ketchup? You think
Anything
somebody
could have happened. That
You think
could've been
somebody
anywhere.
came
I
in
don't
that
wanna-
ketchup?
No, they didn't use it.
No, leave it here. Leave it here.
What's
He's gonna
wrong with the
use it.
ketchup?
It's in the garbage.
What's
we don't
wrong
have
with-
any
what do you
ketchup.
think's
That's
gonna
all
happen?
ketchup.
Are you
Why would you
kidding
throw
me?
our
Would
ketchup
you
away?
use it?
Yeah. What?
I wouldn't even care. I wouldn't even think
really?
twice.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Well,
If
first of all, I'm not 9 years old. I don't use ketchup anymore.
Okay.
But go. Why wouldn't you use it?
You don't have ketchup on things?
Yeah, my son likes ketchup.
Wait, you really are not a ketchup fan?
No, I don't know.
Why?
Well, who...
For what?
Who's
I'm not
mad at
nine.
ketchup?
I'm not mad
Hold
at
on,
it.
hold on.
I'm-
What do you put on hamburgers then?
Nothing.
Nothing.
Some cheese.
Slice of tomato?
Some cheese and
Slice
some
of
lettuce.
tomato,
Come
maybe?
on, you don't use a little ketchup on a
No,
burger?
no tomatoes. No.
I love ketchup on a burger.
'Cause you're not
but
9?
That's just me.
Yeah, I'm not 9.
So
Ketchup is for kids.
What do you put it on fries?
Yeah, what do you put on
I don't
fries?
eat fries.
If you had to eat them.
I don't. I
Say you
don't
were
put
saying
use
Indian
ketchup.
said, come into my tent. I have
Wait,
fries.
why don't you eat fries?
I'm not a big fry guy. If I do, I don't use ketchup on them.
Why are you angry over ketchup? Oh, God.
I'm angry because you won't take it out of there. What do you think happened to that?
Anything could have.
Okay, like what? Give me an example.
We all use that ketchup.
Norton could have bled in it.
He didn't. Yeah, because
Okay.
Norton's going to bleed and then open the top and put blood in it and
That's
put the
what-
cap
that's
back
not
on.
All it
possible.
takes is a speck.
Okay, and what else?
Okay, one of these disgruntled fucking interns
Right.
that got fired or abused, okay, or taken advantage of, said, you know what, fuck these people, and dropped a hit of acid in it.
A hit of acid. Acid's not even hasn't been around since 1976.
Right,
exactly.
Where are they
go
going to
with
find
like
that?
putting their penis head on the
Yeah, they
top.
put-
You had
they-
to go with acid.
They put acid in the ketchup.
I know.
No one's ever done that.
No, I've never seen a story where a
Listen,
guy
wait,
freaking went on an acid trip because he had French fries with ketchup.
This is where you're wrong. We were in a diner one night, and my friend was pouring out ketchup on his fries,
Right.
and a fucking fly came out. So somebody put a fly in
No,
the ketchup.
no.
No, the fly
yes.
walked in.
No,
he
the
didn't
fly-
put it in.
The bottle was open and the fly went in and got stuck in the ketchup.
Yeah, killed himself.
Yes, that's what happened.
This is almost like a fucking riddle. No, someone put it in that didn't.
Okay, so something that happened when you were 17 in a diner, you can't get over.
Yeah, why are you so paranoid over ketchup?
Yeah,
I'm paranoid over anything that's open.
Why? Where's that come from? Little OCD tendencies?
No, it's just
you would eat a strange chick's box 10 minutes after you met her on the side of a dumpster.
That was a bit I used to do. You're right. I used to do that bit.
Right, but so why would you do that? Isn't that worse? You don't know where that's been. She might have fucked a guy 10 minutes before.
They're better yet.
Exactly.
Or the guy
not as good as 5 minutes before.
There's still a little freshness to it.
Or the guy before, you could have put some acid in there.
Yeah, on the head of his cock.
Right.
And you were making out with girls? Who knows what they had in their mouth right before that? You don't know? You had no problem with that either. Open mouth.
He knows what was in their mouth right before. He was sharing it with her.
All right, can we find out where Indian giver comes from? So now we can't say gypped.
From Island.
I want to know if it's this whole come here thing.
Come here.
Where's your gum, Rich?
What?
Where's your gum?
What do you mean my gum?
Your nicotine gum.
I don't have any in my mouth.
Oh,
now.
you don't? Okay.
I can't. I usually do when I eat. I put it up here.
He's pointing to his under his nose.
How many years on the nicotine are we up to?
10 now.
10 years.
10 years. Why don't you be
every
positive?
day?
Why don't you be positive?
I'm just asking.
How about how many years off of cigarettes? How about that way? Let's go that route.
I'm glad you're off cigarettes because that affected me personally. When we shared the room and you were falling asleep smoking. I'll tell that story every time you come in, no problem. There's Rich, out cold with that long ash just waiting to hit the rug and set the place on fire.
It is a miracle you're alive.
And it is.
And a tragedy.
It is also stupid that we were sharing a room.
I know. Why don't you guys just fucking, these skin flints, get 2 rooms?
Because he got a deal at the Doral.
Yeah.
Through his friend.
Through my buddy.
So we shared a room.
He didn't step outside to smoke?
No. I'm convinced at the time he was smoking actually in his sleep.
Are you off for 10 years cigarettes, man? Wow.
Good for you.
10 years now.
All right, Indian giver.
Fuck.
Indian giver.
It was, they said Indians used to do it. Lewis and Clark said that when trading with Native Americans, they had a very unusual aspect. Any trade once consummated was considered a fair trade. If on one day they traded beads for a dog from a tribe, then days later the tribe could be the trade could be reversed. Upon surrendering the beads, the tribe expected the dog back.
Wow, where did kite come from?
So what's wrong with
looking
that?
at it.
What's wrong with saying Indian giver?
Hillsborough.
It's like, all right, I want my stuff back, and you get your stuff back. That's what that
Yeah, but
sounds
it's a
like.
negative thing, because you're not like, yeah, hey, I'm an Indian giver. You go, oh, don't be an Indian giver.
But maybe you decide you don't need those stupid beads.
Yeah, but still, to call somebody an Indian giver is a bad thing.
No, it's
like
not.
you're not going to get your shit back.
Right. Don't be an Indian giver,
Don't be an
dude.
Indian giver. Give my stuff back.
Right. You never say, like, hey, would you mind being an Indian giver so we could just trade?
I don't know.
You don't think it's a compliment?
No.
There's a commercial on TV.
What?
Then you've seen this commercial. Wait a second. We're talking about this crazy.
Okay, good.
It was for one of these, like insurance companies or whatever.
Oh,
and the lady
yes.
says, I don't like to try new things. So, and they go, why? And she has a flashback. She has a vacuum on the floor and goes and kills the cat. Then her dog drinks water out of a thing, and the curtain goes up on fire. And you know the commercial?
No.
No.
Well, they took the part out where the vacuum goes after the cat.
That's good.
Why?
Because I guess animal rights activists went after him for it.
Well,
that's
yeah,
just
but
my
that's
opinion.
hurtful.
That's what I'm guessing. I'm just saying we're as a society, we're crumbling.
Well, how are you guys going to do a TV show with all this shit going on?
Yeah, it's going to be
how are
hard,
you gonna be
man.
edgy?
That's true.
That'd be a good first episode, a ketchup
Sure.
bottle.
Yeah.
The waitress brings over a ketchup
You
bottle.
could call it the ketchup bottle episode.
And he's freaking out. She's like,
Yeah.
look, we don't have packages, sir. No one buys acid.
Right.
No one bought acid since 1976 when they saw Pink Floyd, when Dark Side of the Moon came out.
We can't promise you that no one licked it, but
I'll open this. There's not a fly in here either.
But we can promise no flies and no acid. And then
you eat off a
then you
salad bar in New York?
Yes.
An open salad bar?
Yes.
You would?
Yes.
I would and I have.
Well, you guys are better people than me.
Sneeze guard.
You can say that to any people for any reason.
You can even say that to ISIS.
Oh, yeah, the terrorists.
Well, I thought it was all right.
That fucking sandwich was on.
They would have been better with ketchup.
Yeah, it would have been better with ketchup.
Way better with
You
ketchup.
take vitamins? You're supposed to take them on a full stomach.
What are you doing?
Taking my vitamins because I ate.
Why do you wrap
They don't
them up
work.
like that?
They just did a huge thing that those dumb daily vitamin doses do nothing.
Yeah, but that was from the pharmaceutical companies who don't
Want you taking vitamins.
Don't want you taking vitamins.
They want you to get sick,
well.
so then you get
sick.
Then you get their pills.
That was complete. No, they don't know. That's their
They
fucking.
really want you to get sick, and then you buy their pills. What I read that too.
Yeah, it was all
Rich
bullshit.
Voss.
Okay.
How do you wrap them up every morning?
No, this I have them in my pill box, but this is just for today.
You're at that age where you have a pill box?
Well, I got 7 days. I put them in for 7 days because I go on the road, and I want my pills.
What pills
for
are
7
you
days.
taking?
This one is a multivitamin.
Mm-hmm.
This one is for your joints. This one is ginkgo biloba for your mind.
Well, that one you could throw away.
This one,
Yeah, he has been, obviously.
This one's bear aspirin, baby bear for your heart.
Right.
And this one is probiotic. Okay.
Oh, please choke.
He just violently threw him into his mouth.
Yeah, I know. And with coffee, coffee vitamins.
Right. Maybe,
Well,
maybe you
there
shouldn't.
is not a lot to talk about today when
No,
they
there's
attack
plenty.
vitamin talk.
No, we're fascinated by all of this stuff.
Yeah, we're not attacking you.
Yeah. You wrapped them up though, all nice.
Yeah.
Because you didn't have your pill box
I
today.
have stuff hidden in wraps all over the place.
Fucking rich.
No Cialis in there or Viagra?
I got Viagra. I got Viagra.
But you don't take the daily stuff?
Oh, why? For once every 2 weeks?
Every 2 weeks?
Oh, it's sex? Yeah, like whatever.
Really?
Yeah, what the fuck?
What, like twice a month?
If that, sometimes. Sometimes we'll look at each other, want to, and then go, well, let's watch TV, have a snack. It lasts longer. Well, how many times do you have sex a week?
Probably 3. Yeah, 3, I'd say.
Yeah, but
3 or 4.
how long are you married now?
A year and a half. Almost 2
Yeah,
years.
well, that's your answer. I'm married 10 years.
Hold on. This guy wants to take a shot at Florentine. Martin in Toronto. Go ahead, Martin.
Hey, Florentine, you're too old for ketchup, too old for chocolate, but you're not too old to listen to shitty metal music?
Oh, shit.
What shitty metal music?
All of it, punching out.
No.
Yeah, see, he didn't.
That's not good.
You know,
So he's going to say Metallica shitty.
Right, you gotta like back up your argument there, sir.
Yeah,
You
no,
don't
he got out
punch
because he didn't know. He didn't know what shitty metal music I listened to.
Don't call him with cruel accusations.
Were you a metal fan before your show? Was that your main?
Yeah.
That was
No,
your main
he
music.
was never a metal fan.
Was that your main music?
Yeah,
Of course.
For years, yeah. I was a little kid.
Of course.
And you loved Dan Marino. Like if you could, it's too late. I'm done. Thank you though.
You can just bring them home with you.
Oh, thank you.
Yes. Do you think that's weird? Do you think that's weird that he won't?
This ketchup problem?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's weird.
You do. Like if you went on a
Of
date,
course.
if you went on a date with a guy, wouldn't you like? He would say that at the table. You're like, that's kind of weird.
Yeah, if I was out on a date and someone requested like a fresh ketchup bottle, I'd be like, "What's the big deal, man?
And if he said,
What other weird
How old
things
are
do
you?
you got going on? How old am I?
Yeah.
22.
Are you an intern?
Yes.
All right. Don't get snippy.
I'm not getting snippy.
Yeah, she's just answering your question.
but if he said someone might have put acid in here, what would you say?
I'd say you might be a little out of your mind. You
Have you ever gone out with a black guy?
No.
Okay.
What does that have to
Has a
do
black
with it?
guy put acid in your ketchup?
Well, so what I'm saying is, are you a racist?
No, I don't think so.
Okay, well.
I like
why-
the fact she's not sure yet.
The jury's still out.
Yeah, exactly. We'll see.
What
We'll
school?
see.
What school do you go to?
William Patterson, New Jersey. Of William Patterson University of New Jersey.
Wait, you act like there's William Pattersons all over the country? It's in New Jersey. We know that.
Oh, okay.
My daughter's interning, and we had to pay. I had to pay her school $1,500 for her to intern. That's
fair. I'm
for
paying
free.
to be here.
You're paying to be here?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Everybody is.
What do you mean you're paying?
I have to pay for the credit in order to be here.
Oh.
I have to pay for my transportation. I have to pay
Right.
to be here for you lovely men.
Just to get coffee and blueberries.
What do you want to do when you get out of school?
Oh, I want to work in radio. I want to do stuff like this. But
Yeah,
I want
by
to
the
be
ti-
I want to be them, though.
No, you don't.
No, you really don't want to be us.
But by the time you get to school, there probably won't be radio ever anymore.
Well, I'm going to be out of school this time next year.
Podcast. Start a podcast.
I could do that.
Okay.
Yeah,
you got a boyfriend?
She certainly has confidence.
Yeah, I like that.
She's got a lot of confidence.
She seems like the type that could do radio. She seems like a new 2014 Sue Kalinsky or something. You know. That
a Sue Kalinsky reference. Jesus.
What are you talking about?
Okay.
We worked with Sue Kalinsky at NEW. That's like fucking 15 years ago. Who was she doing radio with? I forgot.
I don't know. Who was it?
It doesn't matter. Someone will figure it out, though. Anyway, but Florentine, you don't like chocolate either?
No. I'm not a big chocolate guy, no.
Dark chocolate?
No.
Sea salt? You didn't have to leave, by the way.
Do you want me to stay? What do you want me to do?
Well, now it's awkward. But you didn't have to leave, is what I'm saying. We weren't kicking you out.
She's nice.
She's nice.
Let's go. Do you like, will you eat white chocolate? The white stuff?
When did you stop eating chocolate?
I was never a sweet tooth guy.
No.
Cakes.
Are you kidding me? You would,
I love Florentine.
Yeah.
You don't.
Ketchup is for 9-year-olds.
Pie, definitely not pie.
Apple pie. Key lime pie.
Now, my wife's parents make that all the time.
Apple pie is the best thing
Apple
ever
pie is
invented.
amazing. Don't get too crazy with it, though. Don't get too fancy. Apple crumb, I'll accept. That's all right.
Do you know what's the fucking best?
What?
Bread pudding.
Ugh.
It is pretty good, but
what is it again?
I don't know. The fucking Nana hour we're doing.
It's
what do
pieces
you
of
like?
wood. What is bread pudding?
You won't eat the bread on your meal, but you eat a muffin.
I'm not going to eat the whole thing. I just took a bite the whole meal.
Yeah, but you were the one that bragged that you threw half the bread away because,
I took
that's
one bite of the
healthier.
muffin. That muffin will last me 3 weeks.
What kind of muffin? You're one of those?
No.
That's a.
No, I'll take it.
You know who does that?
Who?
What people?
Does?
Well, you know.
They save their muffins.
A muffin.
Sorry, Jim. I didn't mean to.
No, you're right.
What?
I don't like the stereotyping.
All right, we're gonna break and regroup here. Certainly.
Oh fuck! Time flies.
We're doing good. Boss is going to be in Boston this week at a comedy club. He doesn't really know where it is.
I just said Summer Street, Laugh Boston.
Summer Street. Okay, that's good.
Wow.
It's called Laugh Boston?
Yeah, it's beautiful. I'm not lying. This is a fucking
Can we look it
nice
up online? I want to see what this looks like.
Nice place.
Are they
man.
just opening?
That's
They've
cool.
been open for a while.
And then Florentine's got
year.
a lot going on. Florentine's going to be doing an unmasked with Ron Banks, and that's great.
July 9th at the Stand.
But I think that
New York
might be
City.
sold out. They sell fast, those things, but I don't know how you would get tickets for that.
They were tweeting it yesterday.
Oh, okay. So that's great.
Unmasked thing.
Congrats, man.
And then July 9th, the tickets go on sale for my 1-hour comedy special at the George Street Playhouse in New Brunswick on September 13th. I'm shooting it.
Nice.
July 9th tickets. And now July 14th, I'm at Zany's in Nashville.
Very cool. Jim Florentine and Rich Voss in studio today. Just killing it. Absolutely killing it.
What are you doing?
I got to go to the gym right after this. So I changed.
You changed into your gym clothes?
Yeah. So I can go right to the gym. I don't have time to change at 11 o'clock.
What kind of appointment do you have at the gym? For a personal trainer?
Yeah.
Hey, Rich, you into soccer? You going to watch the big game today?
Yeah, from my car as I'm driving to Boston. I'm going to pull over.
You can't watch it in your car.
You can listen to it. They probably have the games on at...
Those old Mercedes don't have TVs in their
I
cars?
have a new BMW. I just bought Bonnie one.
Ooh, it's celebrating that new TV?
Real, wow, I know.
What's going on?
See, you're celebrating early. You're already buying
a
cars.
lot of confidence in this project, huh? Good for you.
That's got to be like a network then. If he's
Sure.
buying BMWs, that's not cable.
Got to think
I
NBC,
wanna
CBS,
fucking
ABC type of thing. What year are you up to with your cars?
I just got Bonnie at 2011, and
You're getting closer. That's good for you.
Mine's still a 2010, but it's still
When did you get your 2010, though?
year ago.
2012.
But it was you know.
Are you ever gonna buy a brand new car?
No, it's not worth it to buy a brand new car.
This guy won't use a ketchup bottle, but he'll drive in someone else's car.
Yeah.
You're basically driving someone else's car.
Someone that probably picked boogers and wiped them under the seat.
No, because I've licked every area of the car.
What'd you say?
I've licked every area.
Just blue loads all over them.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Some,
you know,
yeah, some areas he's like twice.
Right.
He had his pants all the way down, so his ass crack was rubbing on the seat.
Sure.
And you got no problem sitting in that.
Not at all. Because you know why? They disinfect the car and they.
How do you know they do?
Because it's certified. It's a certified. I buy real cars. I don't buy Kias.
But you would just,
Kias.
if you were the guy though, you would just check. Yeah, this is certified. This was certified. Doesn't mean they actually do the work.
You don't know what they clean it with. The guy's coughing. He might have the swine flu.
Right, exactly.
Pertussis. You don't know, and you're going to sit in
What
that.
the fuck is pertussis?
You don't want to know. It'll keep
Is that
you
a
up
new
at night.
disease?
Yeah,
it's a bad
it just
one.
came out a week ago.
Yeah.
Anthony was the first one to get it.
What, are you going to say something mean-spirited?
No, you look good.
Thank you, Rich.
What were we going to say?
I was just saying, he said he went to go get ready for the gym.
Right.
All he did was put on a fucking coat. You still have the same outfit on that you had. What do you have on that?
Sweatpants.
Let me see.
Why don't you look? Why do I have to get up? Fucking asshole. Look at
those fucking
King Henry.
sweatpants.
No, but you sit and let me see. Like I should jump up for you. How about you turn around and look?
Just get up and see for yourself.
What, you don't like his sweatpants?
Look how
What's
old.
wrong
Look
with
at
him?
that fucking arm.
These are actually not that old, but I do.
Yes, they are. You look like my mother in the nursing home.
Why do I have a black dick in my mouth?
No, I said the nursing home, not your home.
Oh, wow. That was too
my
much.
home is off limits.
You got fucking champions.
Yes.
$7.
You know, I'll tell you why.
Shut up, because you're a cheap fuck.
No, it's not cheap. I happen to
Who do
be.
you go clothes shopping with, Daryl Hammond?
No, I happen to be very generous, and I say that's all the girls I write on Craigslist. But no, I'll tell you why. Because these have the bottoms. Because I'm short, so these have the bottoms that cling to your leg a little bit.
Yeah.
The ones that are just hang sweats are too fucking big for me. You got to be 6'4".
No,
yes, you do.
We're the same size. I get cool fucking sweatpants.
No, you don't get cool
I
sweatpants.
got a fucking pair of nice Nike sweatpants.
Hey!
You're cool.
There's Hayes on the
You
side.
look like the guy
Hey.
that just joined the gym and walks around with a fucking trainer like, I gotta. You know what? Just a week
All right,
makeover
listen.
show with you.
All right, listen, we're moving on. Michael in Wyoming. Michael.
I want sweatpants.
Morning, boys.
Put your headphones on. This one's for you.
Leave it to Voss to screw up a simple instruction like take one tablet daily. Good to see that Ginkgo's working out for you there, Rich. I mean, good memory. You roam through airports with your pillbox going, what day is it? What day is it? I don't know what pill to take. For God's sakes, Voss.
Well, that was good. That was, you know what? That was almost
that was a good one.
I'm telling you, that guy worked on that one.
You got to admit that was a good one.
He practiced that one in front of the mirror.
What?
I'm telling you, that one.
That was good, right?
I'm telling you, that,
Nothing
I
wrong
might
with
get.
my sweatpants.
You know, I'm going to try to get him to. He really hates. You're thinking about your horrible sweatpants.
Yes,
You do.
I'm obsessed.
You fucking.
Nice. Look at these. They show off a little calf and ankle.
Yeah.
Oh, that's what you want to. Those white, bright calves you want people to see. They don't know if those are socks or your fucking skin.
Oh, they're nice calves.
Ankle socks?
Fuck yeah.
Let's
What's
say hi
wrong
to
with that
Ryan.
ankle sock? When I'm
I
doing
don't
those
like ankle
abs,
socks.
get that fucking dick bulge and the ankles show. Girls love it.
Let's go to Ryan in Minnesota. Ryan.
Hey, Voss, I like to hear that you changed your tune as far as the way you search for cars. 5 years ain't too bad to be driving, something that old. But I remember.
Whoa. What's 5 years old? What's 5 years old?
It's only 2 years old. He got it. Oh, I see. Your vehicle's now 5 years old.
Didn't you used to shop on eBay for cars? I remember you getting like an old Caddy or a Rolls Royce.
What's wrong with these people? Can't they let go of 15 years ago?
Yeah,
They
but
did?
he's just saying.
They're not over the ketchup thing. They don't understand the ketchup thing.
Get a good caller,
Yeah.
please. I can't.
These are terrific calls.
These are as good as we've had in
These are
months.
the fucking worst
And that's
calls
not-
I've ever.
There's not much to compare them against.
They're terrific calls. They're just not over the ketchup thing. They don't understand why you wouldn't use our ketchup. That's our
'Cause you don't
show's
know what's-
ketchup. We all use it.
You don't use it.
I don't like ketchup. I'm not.
Oh,
nine.
no,
I'm
son,
not nine.
what do you mean?
No, I'm kidding.
You
I'm
don't
kidding.
like ketchup either?
I like ketchup. I do like ketchup.
I like ketchup.
You know what's good on a hamburger or a turkey burger?
Ooh, what?
Ketchup and a little coleslaw.
Ooh, let me go to Pinterest.
What's that?
That's where the chicks go when they have some fun thing to say.
Do you know?
You don't know Pinterest?
No, all I know is my wife, your wife, and a bunch of other girls are on a group tweet or a group instant message.
Yeah, they love writing each other all day long.
Oh, those group messages?
And they make each other laugh.
Mm-hmm. Your wife is funny.
I know.
She's fucking funny. What are you doing? Looking up where to get sweatpants on the way to the gym? Oh, you want me to go to Nike with you?
Rich. No. Rich, I want cool sweatpants.
Just relax.
What? I'm very relaxed. I'm trying
You're not relaxed.
You turned around. What are you doing? He's just on his phone for a second.
Oh,
Everything's
everything's
right here with
okay.
you. I'm hearing everything you're saying.
Right. All right.
You said the guy practiced the call in front of the mirror. His wife's very funny. They're on a group text together.
Right.
I'm with you.
Mm-hmm. Let's see.
I don't know how hot that girl was.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay. We got a good call for you, Rich. This one's a good one. I'll be honest with you. This one's going to be all right.
All right, let's go.
Who is this? It's Derek in Georgia. Go ahead.
Morning, guys. How
Good
you
morning.
doing?
All right.
What part of Georgia?
Very south, just north of the Florida line.
Yeah, don't you know what city you live in, stupid?
Oh, look at that. He's sweet to me. Yeah, Fallon, right north of the Florida line.
Yeah, you told us that already. Move on.
Yeah.
He's
Hey,
going to be nice to you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was.
God, I picked a good one for you.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought it was my cousin.
Go ahead.
Hey, how can 10 years of marriage ruin your sex life? I mean, is it medical or psychological?
No, it's not ruined. I mean, you know what it is?
That's a good question. Is it medical? Can't get boners?
I can get
without the
boners.
pill?
I can get boners. Yeah, I can get
Do
boners.
you get a nice turgid one without a pill?
No, I sometimes when I jerk off, I can't get hard, and like I'm jerking off forever, and it's still like semi soft and hard.
Yeah.
And like I'll come when it's soft, and I'll go, oh, this is hard. It's not even a good cum.
I've done
it's
that
not
too.
really hard.
It's humiliating.
It's so hard.
You're bullying your dick. It's fucking just.
It's the fucking worst.
Yeah, it's usually like on the second or third one in a day.
When I'm just not horny, my cock is horrendous.
But I ran out of things to think about. Like there's nothing left when you're jerking off.
You don't think about your wife when you're doing that? Is she ever in the mix?
Yes, yeah, but not alone.
Yeah, but you chose her to spend the rest of your life with. I mean, we've been married 22 years, and we're still 2 to 3 times a week.
Yeah, but look where you live. What else do you got to do?
Ride my motorcycle, go fishing, and shoot my guns at the range.
Oh, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's a good life.
That's pretty good.
What kind of fishing?
Catfishing, mostly.
That's so funny.
Bottom dwellers.
That's so funny.
You don't do that. This is probably a hack question because I don't know, whatever. But do you do any of that noodling?
Oh, hell no. I don't stick my hands where I can't see.
That's what real men do. Fuck that.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not making funny. I'm just saying in general that fuck that.
What's that?
You're
Grabbing
right.
fish?
Fuck that.
Grabbing.
Where you go in what? The swamps and the rivers? I don't even know where the fuck.
My cousin lives in the swamp in Louisiana, and they do that shit for all.
Dude, imagine going in a.
And at night.
Have you ever seen a noodling video?
Yeah, that's where they grab them.
No. No. You have to put your whole arm in where they're hanging out, and then they bite your whole arm. That's how you get them out.
Yeah, that was on that fucking TV show.
You don't really grab them.
Yeah.
You wait for them to pretty much grab onto you.
I couldn't do that. I don't even let my wife grab me. I'm not going to let a fucking strange fish. You know what I mean? Fuck that. That's creepy.
That is crazy.
That's fucking creepy. Give me a pole.
What if you got to know the fish first? Had a drink, dinner, something like that?
What'd you say?
Well, you said a strange fish. What if you had drink and a dinner, get to know the fish?
Your phone crapped out a little bit.
Oh, yeah. Oh, I get it. Like if I knew the fish.
Or wreck our business.
Now, here you're married how many years and you're still having
22 years. We hit 22 years this year, still 2 to 3 times a week.
For real?
Yeah, honest. I'm not trying to fuck with you.
Any pills in the mix?
No, not to do it. I do it on the side just to play like Jimmy does.
How old is your wife?
She is
25.
41 this year.
41?
And how old are you?
46.
I'll be 57 Monday, so 11 years. You'll see in 11 years.
Monday's your birthday?
Your birthday's right around the corner?
No, it's Monday.
Oh, is that when you're gonna?
Let's
That's
get
when
him
you
a
make
cake.
a big announcement on your birthday.
Oh,
that's smart.
birthday
TV
boy
show.
has an announcement, doesn't he?
That's why he's saving it.
Birthday boy.
That's why he's saving it for Monday.
Do we have to put birthday hats on for the announcement?
I'll eat cake then. When he gets his TV show, I'll eat cake.
Yeah.
I'll have fucking ketchup.
Wait, not even birthday cake?
I'll eat birthday cake.
What about when your son has a birthday? You don't eat his cake?
Maybe a little like an ice cream cake.
Ice cream cake's good.
Yeah.
We're catching
But
up.
the regular cakes. Yeah.
But
so you're gonna announce it on Monday. Now it
Yeah,
works.
birthday boy.
I didn't even realize my
On
birthday
his
was Monday.
57th birthday.
You just said it.
I mean, it didn't hit me until now when he said he was 46. No.
Yeah.
I don't know. Sex, I don't know.
Yeah,
I
but
mean,
Bonnie's in her prime right now because she's younger than you. So
she's not in her prime.
She is.
Why
It's
that
just-
horrible look on
it's
your
just-
face? Look at your face.
She wants to be in her prime, but you wake up cranky every morning.
Well,
You
we don't
walk
have
over-
sex in the morning.
No, but I know.
don't
But
know.
you start the
You
day
kiss?
off cranky.
Do we kiss?
A lot.
You make out?
You don't make out?
Making out.
I tried the other day,
Making out.
and it was just uncomfortable. It was like kissing my cousin the other. We were trying to kiss.
Really?
Jesus.
Yeah.
What's wrong with her kissing? That it feels like your cousin.
No,
Yeah.
we're buddies.
Derek, thanks for the phone call.
Thanks.
Yeah, thanks.
All
Yeah,
right, buddy. Let's go to Josh in D.C. Josh,
Hey, Jewy Jewenstein.
that's pretty good. You got to give him that one.
That has been done 100 times.
No, nope. Not on this show.
Yes, 100 times.
Not on this show. Go ahead, Josh.
Jewy, why do you buy used cars?
Because you're. Oh, forget it. Was too mean.
You're yeah, exactly.
Those
You're
two.
a multi-millionaire. You devalue every car you sit in.
I'm a multi-millionaire.
Congratulations.
Are you talking?
Is that from the big TV deal?
Are you talking to Opie or Voss? I'm not even a multi-100,000-aire.
Well, I feel bad for you. You devalue everything. You need windshield wipers for the inside of your windshield.
Oh, whoa! Look at that, boy! Another hacky stock O&A listener bit. Whoa! He spits when he talks. Go ahead.
It was kind of clever.
At least
That one was
At
clever.
least I don't spend $2,500 to test drive a Rolls Royce and devalue it even more just by.
Oh, look! At least I don't listen and call in radio shows. I go to them. How about that? How about that? How about that, listener?
went there.
How about that? Now go load your truck and take your 15-minute break at 10 o'clock and go fuck your mother. How about that? Why don't you try that?
Why do I pay $15 a month to listen to your sorry
Because
ass?
you work overtime last month. I don't know. So you have extra money to spare, you fucking douchebag. I get my Sirius free, and I don't even listen. That's how I am. I get free shit, and I don't even use it. Oh,
right.
God.
Boss,
See you later.
Boss,
Fuck
boss, you're hilarious. You kill on stage. Have a good one. See ya.
Oh.
You know what? They try to slam you, and then they go,
Eric, what do you
I
got
love
for the show? Eric was whispering in my ear.
Do you know, Rich, that Jimmy Fallon dedicated a song to you?
No, he didn't.
He did.
On our show?
On our show.
Jimmy Fallon.
Let me hear this.
Jimmy Fallon doesn't even know me.
He knows you.
Let me hear this.
Here it is.
All right, this one's dedicated to Rich Voss.
Jimmy Fallon.
No,
Well, it's so hard to have a conversation with you. It's not what you say or what you do. You're my real good friend, yes, that I must admit. That's why it breaks my heart to tell you this. You spit when you talk. Oh, yeah, I had to say. Got something to say. And then you fucking spray it. Got a dry cleaning bill, man. I'm gonna make you pay. You spit when you talk. Oh, yeah, yeah, you spit when you talk.
There you
First
go.
of all, he doesn't. You guys set him up for that to do it, but he has a good voice.
We didn't set him up to do anything.
I've never
He
met
came-
him in my life.
But he came in to sing some songs a couple years back, and he said that.
He knows you.
He knows all the comics, Jimmy.
Yeah, and he probably listens occasionally, but if he might have heard a clip or something, you know, it's...
He used to listen a lot. He's too busy now.
He's got a good voice.
I hope he comes back on
I
the show.
filled in. He was supposed to do a college once, and he canceled.
Really?
And the day of Tom Papa's wedding, I was supposed to go to Tom Papa's wedding.
Really?
And they called me to do the college, and I said to Tom Papa, I'm going to do the college.
Remember
I went to
Alyssa
Tom's
from
wedding.
New Orleans earlier?
What's that again?
Alyssa?
The
She's got
comedian?
more. She's
Yeah.
got info on that comedy club.
Let's
we
put her
started
on.
with this. We should end.
Did
with
we
this
talk to
today.
her already?
Yeah, she was the one that called about the comedy club.
Yeah.
She wanted to know more about it because she sees comedy twice a week in New Orleans. Remember her?
Yeah.
She's back on the line. Alyssa.
Hey, guys.
Hey.
First, this isn't what I called in for, but if I could combine Jimmy, O-N-A into one guy, you guys would be perfect. All your good parts only.
Ooh, what's my good part? I know I have really fucking...
Oh, I'm a metalhead, Jim.
All right, I'll take that.
Yeah. A hot metalhead.
Hot metalhead.
Really?
You got it.
Scale of 1 to 10.
In New York.
8?
I was going to say in New York. In Detroit, I'm probably a 9.
Yeah.
You know, I'm getting old. I won't tell you how old I am or Aunt will hang up on me.
No, we wouldn't do that, I promise.
Do you have some info?
No.
How old are you?
Yeah, okay, so I'm...
Well, how old are you first?
Don't hang up on me.
No, I want to hear... hang up. I can't.
I want to hear her info.
Hang up on you. How old are you?
Okay, first of all, I don't have any kids, and I take really good care of myself, and I work out a ton.
All right. If you're working out a ton, that means you're panicking. So you're upper 30s.
No.
Upper
I
30s.
You're saying your body's a ton? You're working out a ton?
I'm working out a ton.
No. I mean, there's shit in my life. No, I drink beer every day, so I have to counteract it with
a lot of sit-ups. Beer belly shit.
If you could compare my picture to Di's, we're only 10 years apart. It's unbelievable, the difference.
Wait, can we see a picture of you online?
No, and I don't take selfies or anything. And you follow me on Twitter, so you could probably find a picture.
Wait, who follows you?
Anthony does.
Oh, he's not here.
What's your Twitter name? So you're 17.
He's the only Republican that I follow.
What is your Twitter name? You'll get a lot of followers today.
No.
Why? Our listeners are nice. They're really nice people.
No.
What's your...
I hear the shit you people have to deal with. I don't want it.
Good for you.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. I don't need the stress. I live in New Orleans. Life is good.
All right. So what do you got?
I ate at that place, Mama's or something. Is that the name of it?
Oh, my God. No one cares.
Did they have ketchup in a packet there?
Famous place.
Mother's?
Yeah.
He doesn't even know.
I know. It's really...
That was close. It's so famous. You were close, though.
I said Mama's. It's Mother's.
Close. That's close.
It must be good because there's always a line, but it's counter service. If I'm going to go out to eat, I want to sit down and be wined and dined.
Yeah, you ask a lot.
All right. So what do you got? What are the updates?
Okay, so this is driving me crazy. I don't know why I'm so invested in this. So I texted. I have a friend that works for the paper, and I have a bunch of friends that own bars. So I texted, and a couple of chefs. So I texted everybody that I know, and I'm just waiting. So if one guy got back to me and he said it sounds familiar, he was going to look into it. So if Voss wants my number or something, or wants to get a hold of me somehow, I'll keep him abreast.
I thought you had an actual update. You called back to say you almost have an update.
Well, okay, almost. No, that was.
You almost have an update. What was the other thing?
Oh, I know I was born and raised on an Indian reservation, so I know about Indian Giver.
All right.
If you want to hear about it, what we were raised to believe, or what we were told our whole lives, is it's not a bad thing towards Indians. It's a bad thing towards the white guy, because they would give the Indians shit, stuff, and then take it away, like treaties and all that.
And land and shit, right?
Oh, pardon me?
Land, I think.
Yeah, like land and yes.
I think the white man would give the Indians land and then take it back.
Yeah, and they'd renege on the treaties. And
that's how I heard it back in the day. I don't know.
So yeah, it was never a derogatory thing towards us growing up. We would say it about the white dudes.
Are you an Indian?
I am. My dad is.
What kind?
Ojibwe, Chippewa, northern Minnesota.
What's that?
So it had to be Chippewa. What do you think of the Redskins controversy?
No big deal.
I know.
My dad is a dyed-in-the-wool, hardcore Indian rights activist.
Oh, right. He should get that off.
He doesn't give a shit. He said it's an honor.
Well,
they did a new study, and 88% of a tribe up in Minnesota had no problem with the name.
It seems in general they don't.
I think the new mascot on our, because we have like a real school on the reservation, and there's the kids, like normal people went to town to go to school. But I think the res school is something like the Tomahawks or something crazy like that. So I even think their name would have to change.
Well, how about this? It just hit the news today, I believe. Native American group planning $9 billion lawsuit against the Indians and Chief Wahoo, claiming the name and logo are racist. What do you think of that?
Oh. I think it's so dumb.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
The Red Hot Chili Peppers.
Yeah. I can see the Chili Peppers suing them for that name, the Chili Peppers.
Yeah, it's too close. It's too close to the Red Chili.
Take Red out.
You panicked the Red Hot Chili.
Well, what about the fucking saints? I mean, if you want to really get into it, think about the religion.
It's all ridiculous. Period.
I love you guys.
Thanks. How old are you?
I'm going to be 40 in August.
Email me, rich@richboss.com, so I can get some updates.
We nailed it, though. I said late 30s.
Yeah.
Because
I figured
as
she
soon
was around there.
as a woman starts saying she's working out a ton, there's a whole panic setting in, and it's a big birthday coming up.
Yeah.
That was obvious.
People think she's wearing a long shirt that covers her vagina and ass, and it's just her stomach and back skin. She has to do something.
I thought you were saving the muffin. He's eating the whole
He
muffin.
ate the whole muffin.
Why did you eat the whole
He ate the
muffin?
whole one.
Yeah, he threw out the wrapper, and he feels good because he didn't lick the inside
No, I
of
didn't.
it.
I ate 2/3.
Shut up. Red Hot Chili Papers.
All right.
Let's see.
I won't eat again until tonight.
And you leaving right here, right
Give me
now
a
for
water
Boston?
soup. Yeah. No, I'm gonna leave from here to go to Boston.
You know where that water's been?
Not open, baby.
Very
Squeeze it, no pinholes.
Stop eating a muffin with gum in your mouth. What kind of psychopath does that? He's cleaning out his teeth with his tongue, and he's gum in his mouth. He ate a muffin.
Wait, how do you eat a muffin with gum?
He puts the fucking gum up in the corner of his lip and eats a muffin with his Nicorette gum in his
Just
mouth.
take it out, the gum.
Where am I going to put it?
On
I don't
a piece
know.
of paper, on your vitamin paper. Then you wrapped up your vitamins.
I threw it out.
Yeah, exactly.
I thought he was
Or a
opening
piece of Red Hot
8-ball
Chili
Coke.
paper you might have.
Yeah, the old days, that would have been an 8-ball of Coke, not Ginkgo.
Put some Nicorette gum up and eat them. That's crazy.
That is nuts.
Oh, you've never taken 2 cocks at once?
I didn't say I don't know how to have a good time. I'm saying that you're crazy for doing that. Don't blame me because
Shut up, grandfather's sweatpants.
I don't know. Better that than a grandfather birthday on Monday.
He's the quickest person on the radio in all the country.
Huh?
I think we've done
Just a
it.
fucking
We did
radio genius.
Why don't we
Just stand up, huh?
why don't we wrap up? We did good today. We did good. So who's got a plug?
Florentine.
July 4th. July 14th, I'm at Zany's in Nashville, Tennessee, one show, and then tickets go on sale for my 1-hour comedy special. July 9th at the George Street Playhouse, New Brunswick, New Jersey.
What day is that? What day are you taping?
Saturday night.
In July?
No.
Are they
Tickets go
going
on sale
sale?
July 9th, yeah.
Oh, cool.
And Meet the Creeps, all the hidden camera stuff is actually on digital download now. You can get it for $5 on iTunes.
Big things happening for you, Jim. A lot of big things.
Yeah. I got to announce it on Monday.
On Monday, not
Yeah,
today?
there's bigger stuff.
And don't forget the Unmasked with Ron Bennington.
July 9th, I'm
That's
doing
gonna
that
be
at the Stand in New York City.
Good for you. And
I'm going
Rich-
to announce even bigger things on there.
Okay, that'll be good.
I don't want to jinx it.
No.
Rich?
Tonight through Saturday, Laugh Boston in Boston. July 8th, the Penthouse article. New CD coming out. My Wife Hates Me podcast.
And when the TV show is announced Monday, it's phenomenal.
Oh,
Will you announce it on Twitter? Like, how are you going to call into the show, the O&A show, to announce it?
I don't know what I'm doing on my, that whole birthday thing. Like, I'm not one of those guys. It's my birthday, and I don't give a fuck. You know what I mean?
Just announced it. No one knew it till you just said it.
Right.
They do
We
know.
wouldn't even
'cause
be
it's on
talking
your
about that.
profile.
I know, you
It's on
brought
your
it up.
profile.
I didn't know it.
I
You just
swear
said
I didn't
my
know it was your
birthday's
birthday.
Monday. It's like,
But why
you're
would
bragging.
Why would you know it? You fucking self-centered.
No, but you're saying that you don't talk about your birthday, but you just said it.
Because the
Rich,
guy
you
was
don't
talking
know when
about
our
age.
birthdays are. We've all known
Yes,
each
I
other
do.
forever.
When's my
When's my
birthday?
birthday?
Your birthday is in March.
Okay.
Like something 16th or something around.
You're
there.
off by 3 days
No,
and a third of a year.
Yeah, he's like July 18th or 19th or something like
Thank
that.
you, Jim.
So
Yes,
why is
July
why
19th.
why is he self-centered? When's my birthday?
When's your birthday? September 18th.
Anthony's April 15th.
It's one out of a 365.
Do you know Bonnie's
guess.
birthday?
Yes.
When is it?
I play her number, so I'm not going to fuck her birthday up.
And does it ever come out?
328. Yeah, it's come out.
It has.
Oh yeah, 328.
Are you one of those guys has to play the exact same numbers every time?
Yeah.
Or do you mix it around a little bit? You have your exact numbers. and then
Birthdays, kid's birthday, my birthday, and her birthday.
What if they're cursed with a bad birthday? Then you're fucked.
There's no bad birthday. It's
Well,
It's
how
a
much
bad
money have you
birthday if
won?
it doesn't come in.
From 328.
750,000.
My joke was wrong.
No, how much? Seriously?
I don't know. I hit it maybe once or twice. I hit it 2 days in a row in New York. 2 days in a row.
$5, $10?
No, like
a couple hundred.
400, 500. In New York, I won 1,000 on her birthday.
Did you split it with her since it was her birthday?
Nothing. She got nothing.
No, see,
I give her.
her
and if I ever win, I always give the guy a tip at the lottery place that sold me the ticket. I always go back and give him a tip.
You don't give a fuck.
You got to throw back.
How much?
It depends. $20, $30.
Nice.
10%.
Are you up or down with the lottery?
Completely up.
And that's not gambling, though. That's good.
I haven't done. I quit again.
What, the gambling?
The lottery. Gambling. I play a little here and there.
Jesus. Jimmy's got plugs.
I do, yeah.
So does Anthony.
West Palm Beach, 10 through 12 at the Palm Beach Improv. And that was Voss. The Jizu Theater in Montreal, July 26th. Cobb's in San Francisco, August 7 through 9. And Dallas, August 21 through 23.
Great.
I'm sure they're all going like hotcakes.
You're giving a... what are you doing in Montreal besides you're giving that big...
keynote speech, yeah.
What else? The Nasty?
Just that one. No, I won't do the Nasty show. It's too many fucking shows. Not enough money. And then that one set.
What set?
The Jizu Theater it is. Jizu, it's G-U-S-G-E-S-U.
What night is that? Are you doing the theater?
It's a Saturday or something?
We're there this Saturday.
Thursday afternoon is the keynote, but that's 1 in the afternoon.
At Thursday?
Why are you yelling at me? Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Can you have this conversation off mic?
The Jimbo's room in the Comedy Works just closed after all these years.
Oh, no. Did he really?
Yeah.
Why?
It was a great little room up in Montreal's upstairs.
Why did he close?
I don't know. It just wasn't doing the business,
But,
I guess.
mean, wouldn't he at least stay open until July through the festival?
Maybe he could
was always
make it.
packed.
Yeah, probably couldn't make it.
What, you guys really liked Jimbo's room?
Yeah, he was
Great
one of the
guy.
first guys to ever headline me.
Okay.
Yeah.
Rogan went back a few years ago and did it for free a whole weekend.
Wow.
I would have went up and done that just, maybe if you would have just paid my hotel. I would have done that for him. I didn't know he was in trouble. Fuck, he's a
maybe
really
he
nice
could
guy.
reopen or something.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Yeah, it was just
Maybe you
tough...
guys could rally a little bit if he's that great.
He's a great guy.
He's a really
One of the
great
nicest
guy.
Yeah, always brought up comics that,
Yeah,
new
he
and
was good.
upcoming New York comics, bring them up their headline and stuff. Let the Montreal people
And he would
see
just
them.
get drunk and put his arm around you and say nice things. He was a great
Sing
guy.
karaoke at the end of the night, some Frank Sinatra at the bar.
Yeah, he was a good dude.
That club was owned by Ernie Butler. He worked for Ernie, and then he bought the club and took it over.
I don't know who Ernie Butler is.
Yeah, he was before him. He passed away, and then Jimbo took it over, and it was like a cool club. It was a cool club. It was
I'm just sad to hear that. When did they close?
Just recently. Yeah, a few weeks ago.
Oh, too bad. He was a great guy.
Maybe he could open in New Orleans now. Just a space.
Let's get out of here. Thanks, guys.
The Opie and Anthony Show has drawn to a close. Stay tuned to reflect, relive, and get the story behind the story of the finest moments of today's show. Sam Roberts, Opie and Anthony post-show